How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to another stream. Hope everybody's having a wonderful, beautiful day. Boys, we got ourselves more 5V5 1v1 DUELS on the day for 11.1.5. Wow, the patch is here. I am hoping we see even more like balance and tuning. I think at some point they're going to slow down just to like allow players to like push for PvP or PvE. I still feel like they could buff up some of the classes that are just not that strong. What's up, Bossy? How you doing, my guy? Johnny, how you doing, man? Well, it's that time again. It is that time again, my guy. You are right. Oh, this is going to be loud. It was going to be loud until I decided to freak out. Freak out. All right, cool. Let's get this going. I'm hopping on right now. Alrighty. Your over stuff, cool. I don't care. We got, where's EU? Oh, did I get any? I didn't get into the MOP beta, unfortunately. Then again, like, it's just what, leveling? You can't even make a max level character at the moment on mob beta. I was thinking maybe like, oh, that'd be kind of fun to do a mop video of like, hey, here's all the different druid symbiosis abilities. But I'm pretty sure you gotta hit like max level or near max level to even unlock the ability, right? Wasn't it like 87? I don't know if I wanted to really level through it though. That wouldn't have been worth, dude. That wouldn't have been worth. I think it would have been fun, but not worth. I was gonna say for a second, BNet, World of Warcraft, where art thou? Here we go. Logging in, boys. Apparently NA realms were having a bit of an issue. Hopefully EU realms are not having any kinds of issues like this. Here we go. Beautiful morning, Rick. How you doing? Morning? What time of night is it for you, my man? For me, it's like 3 p.m. It's like mid-afternoon. Although I did basically wake up like an hour ago, to be fair. Late nights, man. I've been putting in a lot of time, a lot of effort, a lot of work into work. So yeah, for me, it's been kind of all over the place. By the way, if you guys are, I'm a big stickler for having like my UI be perfect, and so I use personal resources a lot of the times. Like, so whenever I use my combat abilities, like my character will like, I don't know if I can like get myself to like, is it heal? Yeah, I have like a little health bar below my character, and that usually shows me resources and buffs above it. For a little bit, they removed the buffs, and I kind of found those buffs useful. But if you go to personal resource now, you can show personal cooldowns again. That's really, really nice. It's actually functional now. That's really, really cool. It's like if I take the damage, you'll see my bar. And if I use like buffs, that doesn't show up. That doesn't show up. Does that show up? Certain offensive buffs will show up. Right, a basic combat thing, which I'm usually used to looking at the center of my screen. Bro, playing with those things back on yesterday in raids was such a night and day experience. It is so nice. How are we doing on groups, by the way, boys? We have 5 on each group, or where are we at? Hold on, raids legacy. Can I even see you guys on this character? Or do we have groups, or do I need to make one? Actually. We're ready? Okay, we have one group, right? Do we have a second one, or do I make a second one? Or did Johnny make a second one? Are you and Johnny in the same group? And I just need to make another one, or do you guys have separate groups? Because I can figure that out. That was morning for you. It might as well be, dude. Might as well be. Is Krager not on? Nope. Krager is still playing Classic, so I do need to make a second group. If you guys want to join us over for the 5V5 1v1s, I got a second group up and running. You're more than welcome to. Yeah, no, Krager is not in today. He didn't message me or anything, but I see him. He's streaming Soul of Iron right now, so he's streaming Classic. But looks like he's playing like hardcore Classic. He's just leveling a hardcore character. Yo, Rick, get in here. We got Jay in here as well. Let's go, boys. We got Lemon, yeah, Lemon Roll. Get in here, my man. Lemon Roll sounds like a sushi roll, doesn't it? A lemon roll. Is that even good? Such a roll, lemon roll even good. Alrighty, we also got Call of Duty. Okay, so we need to do one more. Lemon rolls Leo. Leo's on Among Us? Yo, no shot. Okay. Alright. Got a link, please. Where do I have the link actually? There we go. There we are, Judy. Here am I guy. Here we go. We need one, dude. We need Uno Mas chat, and then we'll be good to go. I need the Uno Mas. Also need one. Okay. So you guys also need Uno Mas. Good. So I just need one. Bayek? Does Bayek want to join in? Hey, Bayek. Hey, Bayek. Want to join 5V5 Duels, friend? But Black is on the blitz, so I can't list group. Okay. So see if you have like somebody on a friends list that wants to join in. Well, I'll wait for Blago to do his thing. Right? It's still the shuffle shouldn't take that long, right? Deadar? I don't remember if Deadar joined these, dude. I don't remember. Inotor? Who the hell is Inotor? I don't know who that is. Nalex? Yo, hey, Duels? See if Nalex is down to join in. But yeah, if you guys got a homies you want to invite, man, more than welcome to. This is the best time to do it. Best time to get your friends idea if you want to invite them in. I'm trying to... Oh, sorry for the odd. I'm trying to see if I can focus on homies that are usually regular for these duels first before I start bugging the rest of my friends, man. I have so many people on my BNet. But like, not everybody does duels. A lot of it actually just ends up being like a lot of dudes that either used to do duels, but are just have PvE guys now. See if Tomorrow's down to join in. Hey, duels? Might be doing someone on the healer. What about Bayek saying? Okay. Yeah, you go ahead and do your dungeons, Bayek. You're good. Go Ares? Yo, go Ares. Get in here, man. We got a group, Blush. You just need one, boys. Blush just needs one. Blitz. Wait, I mean, it's still going to be quick. Okay, this group is set. Waiting on Plush. All right, Plush. You guys need a +1, and you'll be good to go. Okay. Cool. Bayek said you might be able to join in, actually. He said you'll whisper. No, go to group to go to yours. Oh, wait, what? What do you mean? What do you mean? Wait, 3 Dog Pal? Wait. Could go Ares. Or, yeah, go Ares. Could you go back to Team Plush? Because Rick got a friend. He got a +1, so I could get the Rick's friend in here. And go Ares, you could maybe go back to the other team. Okay, never mind. Ignore me. The 3 Dog Pal declined. I don't know who that is, but I guess that was Rick's friend. It said like the 3 Dog Pal guy wanted to join in, so it's like he's like suggesting himself, and then he declines. It's like, is it just like to join in just to get declined? Is that like some power play or something? It's gotta be, dude. Just a power play. Hey, would I be able to join the group? Yes, you would be. No, thank you. It's like, huh? What? Is farmer up registers? Wait, I Sit Pink invited me to a group. I don't even know who that is. I Sit Pink. Invite Romaro? Wait, oh. Okay, that's Romaro. Alright, well, I'll get Romaro to join the group, but like we need to have one. Is it Pink? Are you? Is that you? Oh, that is you. Someone's gonna need to go to group, well, that's a lot of homies in here. Someone is gonna need to go back to Team Plush. Haha. Alrighty, yo, what's up, Satan? How you doing, my man? Hope you're having a good one. We're trying to get some groups together real quickly. Dude, what is this? Oh, I like that troll mog, actually. I was gonna say, what is this troll mog? I don't like that shield at all, but like the rest of it looks clean. Up to you, man. Up to you. Invite me there. Okay. Wait, Plush, do you need my help inviting people, or what's going on, man? What is happening? Because I could pass leads here to passing lead to Lemon. Getting games going in a sec. Let's do it like that, yeah. So that this group is set, and Johnny, just let me know whenever you are needing my bodies. Don't worry, I can let this group now. Invite. So I can get him in there. Invite so I can get my man Rumaro in your group. Yeah? Okay. I guess you can pass me lead. Yeah, that'll work. We got Rumaro in, and we need one more with Rumaro. Right? Yes. So we need one more. Wait. Yeah, that's the problem. You keep list. You can list it wherever you want to, but if you list in custom PvP, only Horde can see that group. But if I list in like a Molten Core, then anybody that's Alliance or Horde can see the group. Because it can list. All good. Yeah, I usually just list it under Molten Core, just to make it a little bit easier. We need one more body, boys! Uno mas. Who do I invite, dude? Who do I invite? SKXR maybe? Does he want to join? He's already doing Crucible. He's already playing, looks like. S-Man, Soli, Carnage? Carnage is already in the key by the looks of it. Where's Saya, by the way? Where's Brazaz at? Also, where's Grain at? NA today? No, EU. Tomorrow is NA. Today's EU. Today is EU for the EU boys. Like we have done for like a couple of weeks now. Does SMST join these? He's in a rookery. The hookery is what I like to call it. Is it EU? It is EU. Yes, it is. Is it EU? It is EU. Is that Wintergrass like the BG? Inator? Who is Inator? Hey, Inator. Wanna join 5V5 1v1 DUELS? Question mark. I'll just ask, dude. Copy. Who else do I invite, man? Normally I'd have like Atho, Anto, but Anto's been grinding, so I don't know if he's still grinding. Horde Slayer is in Liberation of Undermine. Dude, my brain just ain't working today at all. I haven't really had my, I mean, I have my coffee here. It doesn't have any creamer. I realized I just like, maybe it's just the coffee that I drink here in the US, like instant coffee. So I probably need to roast a bean properly or whatever, right? But I don't like the taste of coffee. Like, I like the caffeine. I don't like the coffee though. Not without like a creamer or something. Like raw, drinking coffee black, and I'm like, just like, it doesn't taste great, you know what I mean? Just don't like it. Oh wait, Mikkel. Hey, Duels? Question mark. See if Mikkel is down to join in. Is Koopa on too? Azrael? Azrael ain't online. Not at the moment, but maybe Mikkel is down to join in. Who knows? I'll ask. I will ask. No, coffee does not taste good, but I drink it straight anyway. Catching that next week? Okay. Sounds good. Okay, so if not Mikkel, then I need somebody else. We need one more, dude. But basically, the group's all good. We just need like one. Just one. Shiru? Does Shiru join Duels? Shira Yuri. Hey, Shira. Yeah. Wanna join 5V5 1v1 Duels? Question mark. Does Solex join Duels? I don't think so, right? Come on. So which are mines? Okay, hold on a second. Tommy's already grinding. Tommy's already grinding the mines, dude. Down in the mines. And Goers is the only other team, right? I think so. Occupied, got it. Who else then? Chat! I need one more body. Real quick. What do we find one? I need suggestions, dude. I need suggestions. Avant-garde, dude. I miss Ava. So saying in the military, if you don't mind, don't matter. If you don't mind, don't matter. Really? Oh, we can get Bayek in. There we go. Bayek is the boy. He said done in 20 seconds. We wait on you then. Wait on you with the Black Rook hold run, man. Hell yeah, dude. Hell yeah, guy. Hell yeah, bud. Cracker needs to get his ass back into these. He's messing about groups. I know, man. I know. Wait, you're in a monk? Oh, my. Wait, you got BG Lord? Okay, somebody invited a BG Lord in. Okay, we are with a BG Lord, but he's in the Grand Arena. Okay, I guess he's in mid solo or something. Or maybe actual zone of the Grand Arena. I don't even. No, he's getting attacked. So he's in BG mid solo. I mean, what I might do is I might one Bayek. Okay, let's do this. I'm waiting until Bayek is over, and I'll probably swap out BG Lord Bayek, unless BG Lord that guy finishes his match really quickly. Then I might just do that instead. Yeah. Yo, how's it going down? What's up, Bayek? How do my guy? I'm ready. Okay, so we'll remove him for the time being and get Bayek. Here we go. We're good. We're good. We're gaming, boys. And then we can get your friend afterwards. How did that sound? Pink. Beautiful. Nice. So, invite spectator match. We got Plush and we got John. Is it 2 H's or 2 N's? I don't remember with Johnny Boy. Like, I'm really bad with your name for some reason. I'm not gonna lie. Johnny, 2 N's. Johnny Boy 5, the grand one. Honestly, I should have done lemon roll. That's even easier, honestly. Lemon roll would have been really easy. Alrighty, boys. We're doing it. Oh my god, we got 5V5 1v1 Duels. And we got quite a bit of variety in terms of classes that we have this evening. Except for lemon roll and his it pink. Привет, тоже собрал, да, Кобри, у тебя мы можем тебе найти место, друг. Может тебе место нужно найти. Да. Можешь игру одну или 2 игры, и тогда может тебе найти место, я подумаю. Или я тебе напишу на бинар, когда будет место. Хорошо? Cobra wants to join in. I'm letting him know that as soon as we got a spot, I can get you in. I can even write him because I have him in BNet. I can let him know. Alrighty, boys. I'm gonna crank that in my ears a little bit louder. Okay. Switch. Got ourselves team 1 together. We got by ourselves Bayek back in, dude. The red pally buffs. Got all these pallies coming out of the woodwork, dude. All the pallies are like, now I want to play the game. Hold on a second. Now I want to play the game. Now I want to compete. I got buffed up. Herald of the Sun, Biss. Let's go, baby. Herald of the Sun, trying to see if he can get himself a stun onto Rick, but having a pet. They can go for an axe toss. It's huge. Going for that Drakthir racial knockback, trying to glide around everywhere. Got himself a positional where he could board himself back. Does rip a soul out of Bayek's body. He's got himself a bit of healing, but that healing does get dampened by a decent bit. Plus, you got to stack it up with a Mortal Strike from the main Felguard pet. That is huge. Does still get himself a Searing Glare either way. But he isn't really picking up a lot of pressure versus Rick. Instead, actually getting pressured on by Rick. Instead, does go for the trinket. That's going to be Fear to Follow. Might be looking for an immunity button here. That could be a Forbearance button. That is going to be Lay on Hands. First one, he does have Spell Warden. He does have Bop. I guess a Demonology Warlock, Bop it or Spell Warden are weird. Because, like, you'll Spell Ward against spells, Mortal Coil, Fears, and stuff. Demon Bolts. But, like, the pets is still doing melee damage. Or you Bop and the pets don't do anything. But now you can get, like, Fear spammed. So it's like, there's no right answer for that one. You just bubble at the end of the day anyway. Bayek may be looking for the bubble right now, actually. Building him up himself a bit of damage. Does get super low, does go for the bubble. Rick has him surrounded by all those demons. Needs to find a way to get out of here. Unless he just dies. Big regenerating out for Bayek. Picking up a little bit of healing. Axe toss as soon as he breaks that bubble. And this is where Rick just needs a little bit more damage. Shield event is keeping that man alive, just barely though. It is going to be popping. Gloomhound joins right in. And as long as these pets can get just a little bit of damage into Bayek, he could be potentially in a lot of trouble. Rick needs to set up some mobility here. Setting up a gateway. Got first aid, catching up as much healing as he can. Better be very, very careful. Does go for the port immediately, the gate immediately, trying to see if he gets some distance. Maybe he was thinking he was going to hit her by Hodge. Spell Warden out for Bayek. He still had the port ready around the corner just to be able to avoid the Paladino. The pets are going to be able to do physical damage on those axe tosses, even though through Spell Warden are going to be able to lock you down either way. That is the unfortunate part about being a Paladin against a Demonology Warlock. They got a good mix of physical damage from demons, but also magic damage from being a caster and all that. So it's like, it's really hard to nail it down. But he does end up using all of his big immunity buttons. He got himself a bit of that healing with the Dawn Light, together with the Herald of the Sun attached to, I think, to Jayhawk, was it? A random proc of it. Don't I recognize these teams? No? Do you watch, do you normally catch the EU duels? Because this is some of the real regular EU homies. We do get some new faces in here and there, though. That is nice looking, though. I do like to see the fresh new blood in here. As we got Shield of Vengeance up for Bayek. Fear out for Rig. Just trying to see if he can fear spam him. It is going to be tricking out of Bayek. Trying to make sure he doesn't get locked down by Rig, but it's going to be fears. Eventually, they are going to be fully DR'd. Axe toss from a secondary new pet. There's going to be an opportunity to go for a proper Tyrant to buff up the value of all those pets. Bayek does not have a heal. I think he might just fall behind this pillar. There's nothing he can do. Just surrounded. Once you're just surrounded by this army of pets all around you, it's over. And Eloise charging in. Love the mount you got going on there, though, by the way. Got yourself like a voidy cat mount. Pretty sure. Mass damage, just taking the momentum of all those pets onto Eloise. The Demon Hunter never even had the chance to respond. Flying up in the air at this point, there's just nowhere else to go. But it's just going to be done and done here, isn't it? That is unfortunate. That was a full army of still pumped up pets that just transfer from a Pally onto a Demon Hunter, which I would say arguably is a squishier class. Unless you're pressing your like wall immediately, right? Unless you're pressing a big defensive button or like using healing from meta to like counter damage, you are gonna fall over. RNG Druid is gonna be up next. Got himself a Skull Bash versus Rick. Going in for a bite or two is gonna be a knockback for a second. Building up even more bite damage. The bleeds are gonna be ramping up to, and every time he gets one of those proc bites, that's how you know the bleeds are gonna do even more damage for a short bit. Just the combination together, just continuous mowing down on the guy. Just chowing down, taking huge chunks out of him. With Goer is gonna be up next. Rick does fall. But it's going to be the first one over on the team 2 that has fallen so far. So for RNG Druid, as well as Pink, as well as Blaggy on the team 1, they're going to have to band together some way, somehow, to find a way to defeat the RNG Druid, if possible. Does go in for a quick bash for a second, bite to follow, goes in for another stun, trying to see if he can build up some damage, but it's actually just going to walk out of there. Big combo of the Frostfire! For Goeris does get some damage onto RNG Druid, but the guy does end up escaping in the last second. Still get combustion rolling for a quick moment, get himself some procs here and there, but RNG, as long as he's behind the pillar, he might be okay. Trying to catch up breath, does not quite catch it. The breath does not connect. Barsky does get used, Ursos does get used. So for Goeris, he's like in a spot right there where I think he's just gonna have to back up out of there. Yeah, he actually backing up out of there might be the play, because RNG Druid is gonna catch a reset no matter what you do. No matter what you do. You're just gotta be very, very careful. If you can somehow find a way to prevent the Druid's opener, does have himself a blink. The bleeds are in, does go for a block here. Block, I think, mostly just to stop a lot of the damage, but also to have himself a proper go. You get rooted, I was gonna say for a second, like, he stopped moving for a second. Only reason why that would happen is if you got rooted. Probably would have been, I don't know if he had a blink. No, he didn't have blink by then, actually. He wouldn't have blink by then. RNG Druid catch himself a full reset. And that's going to be up to Goeris to find that shifting power does catch the Pharaoh before he gets himself a proper opener. Timed it perfectly. Don't know if he meant to do it, but definitely timed it perfectly either way. The blades are up. Does go for greater invis. Sound to follow. No blink available. Goeris having to go for a tricky meteor coming down onto RNG. Lots of damage with just the meteor. That by itself, the Commissar Meteor combo is huge. Frostfire, while he has full combust, does get disrupted on fire. Doesn't have much damage to work with afterwards. He sees a little bit more damage. Got himself shields last second. This might be enough right here to have himself a couple more procs, but look at the play defensively. Do you have those giga shields that don't last long? You do. So that's going to be damage bleeds that can be technically reflected to RNG Droid. But the only way that they can really work out is if you can just continues to focus in big bites on you the entire time. Got himself in a good position where the Droid is definitely going to get frozen. So he has to go for a little bit of healing. Goeris does need to get himself a little bit more healing as well. Burning up Warlock Hellstone at 32% dampening. Stealth by the Druid. Blink to follow. Does get him some shields. As long as he can have those shields for the big damage from the Druid, to at least absorb the damage, you might be okay. Goeris does end up backing himself up to the other side of the pillar. Blade still rolling down on him. No block, no nothing. Got himself get another shift for power. Might be able to get some shields back for a moment, but he is melting. Is he just dead? That's going to be almost a cauterize, man. Almost procking that cauterize. Does get him some shields, but he's still melting. Your health bar. Going for a Battle Master Trinket just to give himself more health so he doesn't proc that cauterize immediately. Literally doing it just so he doesn't proc a caught. Yeah, you're gonna have to sit back and just try to see if you can catch yourself some food. I don't know if you'll be able to with those images being in combat with the feral. Those things are actually holding you back right now. So the best you can do right now is maybe try to see if you can just live. That caught is gonna be painful. You gotta catch a breath on the feral. Does get hit with a bleed. Shields up for a second. Does get himself a shield nova. Meteor coming down. Big combust everything. Try to see if you can make a big haymaker play. Is it gonna be enough though? Try to see if you can burn out before. Oh, the burnout does occur either way. Oh my god. You gotta love that attempt though, right? You gotta love the attempt, man. That was amazing. You almost had it too. You almost got him. I think we got a couple of procs. I would have been over, man. What's up, Jake? How you doing, my man? Hope you're doing good. That was awesome. Even though he didn't get the kill, that was great. That was a lot of damage. I mean, Fire's doing really good, man. Landing a meteor, full combat storm, combust. He still did a couple of procs and it was good. And actually, RNG, I think he's gonna go down to Call of Duty, right? Maybe, dude. The buzz they did to Boomkid, they gave him so much more sustained damage and got himself a couple of surges. Just enough to keep him going. That is going to be some dots going to set up onto Pink, immediately hitting him with an Nova. I like that whole Mog you got going on, by the way. That looks good. Is having to back up out of there. Ring of Peace is out. Does still take constant, consistent damage. Moonfire, Sunfire, Shooting Star damage. I mean, that's just going to ramp up over time. And if Drudy can get himself another set of trees with a couple of rats in there, I mean, he'll be golden. He'll actually be golden. I really wish Boomkins could play into like heavy dot damage, right? Sustained damage. And just have those dots really ramp up over time. Matter my kill. No, all good, man. All good. All good. Judy trying to see if he can get himself a better position here. Pink waiting out those dots completely. He's gonna pick up the eyes. As Judy is just as soon as he gets him in max range, he's just gonna hit him with full root, trees, everything is available. He's got himself lots of damage. Convoke does not go for big damage. That is gonna be an in-cap out of Pink. Roar to follow. As long as you stay away from Pink, you might be okay. Does get himself the kinetic play. Look at that range. Oh my god. Might be looking for a karma. Does go for the karma. Druid still live. Clone to follow. Got himself the perfect setup. Big damage onto Pink. Just needs a couple of rats. Literally just need a couple of rats. Just keep a dots rolling into Pink. Searcher behind the pillar. Does he just take it? Does go for a bit of defense with the Fort Brew. Gives him a bit of a shield to work with. Druid trying to see if he can get himself a better position. Trying to power shift as much as possible. Root out onto Pink. Cannot really get out of it unless he got himself some way to break. Does end up breaking out of it with a diffuse magic. That is a big defensive. That is a massive defensive. And Druid trying to see, I think, if he can get himself a prowl, reset, get a stun, go onto Pink. Because he doesn't have a trinket anymore. As long as you don't get too close to the guy, try to see if you close the gap with the feral. He's gonna charge, clash him with a roar to disrupt it. Hold on a second. Intro roots maybe? In cap? Lexip? Does not have a trinket. Hold on, this could be really bad for Judy. Got himself a bar skin. Trying to see if he gets some damage going. But I think it's gonna be killed. Yeah, he does get the kill. But Black is trying to make sure the Druid does not get out of this scot-free. Got himself Fear of the Eagle. Harpoons to stay on the Druid as best as possible. Big kill shots. It does end up taking it. Blackie, it is up to you to bring back victory for your team. You got two to get through. You got Jay and you got Lemon. If you can beat Jay as a Frosty Mage, you might be all right. Against Lemon, you just got a kite. But you might have a chance here. It's going to be Jay trying to go for a trinket, trying to close the gap for the breath into a Nova. Does go for the Meteor Shatter combo, but it just does not quite connect the way you wanted to. Breath, Trinket does interrupt him, but it's going to be a full Frosty go by Jay. Trying to see if he can take out Blackie, but he goes in for a Turtle Shell. That is a massive immune right here. But he's trying to keep his health bar as high as possible. Is going to force a block out of Jayhawk here pretty easily. Just needs to get some more dot damage on the guy. Just let those dots rot him, I think. That's what he's got to do. And you'll be okay. Gotta play with the mouse? Basically, yeah. He drew it on sale. How much is it? It's like he should actually. How much is it? If it went on sale, like, is it what, 10 bucks? Because I feel like 10 bucks, like, I might pick it up. It all depends. It's gonna be yet another go for Jay. Try to go for a proper stun. Blaggy is going to get locked down. Fade for a second to try to reduce that damage greatly. That Fade PvP talent is still so good. Does get himself a harpoon. Does go for flank and strike, forcing massive damage onto Jay, putting him his backup against a block of ice. And there's nowhere else for him to go right now. He needs to get himself another setup. Breath combo would be massive. Oh, he needs the breath combo. If you can freeze him, wait, this could be the go. No, you don't have a stun, but you can still get some shatter combos in. Some really glorious shatter combos. Does go for feint for a second. Close on that gap. Look at you end it. Does end it. Looked like the mage disappeared, but I think he blinked out in the open, right? Is that what the body went? Yeah. It is. I like how the both mages ended up in the same spot, by the way. What are the chances? And Lemon is going to be up next. Try to see if he can have himself that slow walk to make sure to meet Blaggy in the open field of combat. Can your pet cool it? You're just trying to be honorable here, man. Oh, you got perpetual rolling machine. Perpetual motion machine. Throw freeze and trap under a monk mid roll, and that's it. You got yourself unlimited energy. Blaggy might be in trouble here. Has himself exil, having to burn through all of these things really quickly, but the monk, dude, as soon as they catch up to you with the storm, earth, and fire, it is over. It did do really, really well, though. So did Drudy, man. Drudy did really, really good, dude. Gotta love the damage the boomkins can do. It is impressive. Very, very impressive. Let's get us another one going. Johnny and Plush, let me know when you guys are ready. Oh, we got another one up and running. Now I think it's gonna be 30 for you. That ain't much. I mean, I guess it is a sale. Technically, it's a sale, but not worth. I'll spend my 50 bones on Oblivion. Actually, Expedition 33 also looks really good as a game. I was thinking of splurging for Oblivion Remaster and Expedition. Because Expedition, the game, looks excellent. Looks really, really good. I think that one could have potential for really good storytelling stuff. It's been a second since I played a good story game. It was both ready. Beautiful. Set you guys into like black code. Yeah, touch vanilla at all? Yeah, like when vanilla initially came out, I tried playing. I had a friend that was playing with, but just gotta stop playing after a while. And then I just kind of got bored playing on my own. Yeah, I tried going back and trying to at least make a character to like level 10 for anniversary realms, but yeah, I just don't have the free time to just grind a character for hours and hours and hours just to hit level 60, man. Plus, like, even if I do hit max level, like, what am I gonna do? Right? What am I really gonna do with it? I just don't really have any friends, man, that play vanilla either. Like, maybe I could pug some things here and there, but it's just like, I don't know, man. I started in BC and never touched vanilla until now. I hope you enjoyed it, man. Hope you enjoyed it. I think it's fun, especially if you're looking for like a slow-paced gameplay. Yeah, if you're just looking for that slow-paced gameplay. But I did it more than once now, and they're just kind of like the shine wears off. That's not my thing, I guess. You know what I mean? Shine wore off or something. Which. Got ourselves RNG Druid over for the team 1. Oh, is it Leo? Is it Leo? It is Leo. I'm assuming trigger for both of them. Both Druid and Monk just busted out the triggers really early. That's going to be full stone for Lemon. Trying to see if I can turn this around versus RNG. Big damage to follow. RNG having to bunker down this as much as possible. Does end up living through full goal. Lemon knocked up in the air. Not out of the woods just yet. He's still got damage. He's still pumping. That is a wall out of RNG. Trying to see if he can get himself out of dodge here. Badge for a moment. Cycle to follow. No way out of it. Still super low though. RNG needs to find a way to escape this. Images are still on him. That's going to be a quick stun into Lemon. Does he get to turn around? Big karma right after. All those beats will go back to you. In cap for a moment. Got her locked in for a second. Oh, with a touch of death taking him out. Gotta love how aggressive a Windwalker Monk can be, man. Eloise sneaking around the corner. That's going to stun onto Lemon. Him being a Auric plus being stunned already by the Druid with the maim is going to be very, very short stun. Very short-lived. Short DR. Stun. With Eloise trying to see if we get around it. With the Lex Sweep to follow, it's going to be Lemon trying to see if we can get him some setup, but cooldowns are down for the time being. For Eloise, this still is an opportunity. Definitely has more cooldowns than Lemon. The best of Monk can direct those hit and run. Definitely do the run part. Goes in for a slice. That is going to be fear by Eloise with Abyssal Case right after. Playing the Fells card, so as long as they're landing a couple of those big Fells card abilities next to Lemon, that does a ton of damage all on its own. And it keeps building and building and building. Got 560s that quit anniversary with TBC. If they actually do TBC anniversary, the Wrath anniversary, I think that'd be a little wild, dude. I feel like they should just keep vanilla. But, you know, maybe... did they say they're doing progressive realms, though? Are they doing progression realms on those? Is that confirmed? It's gonna go up in air. Eloise just escaping the entire burst out of Lemon. That's actually not that bad. But the fact is, you're kind of stuck in place, though. And that's gonna be a full clothesline leg sweep by Lemon Roll. Taking him out, though. Even though the defensive play going up in the air, like, hey, you can, you know, at least out of the burst, out of the fire. The fact that you can't, I feel like you should be able to like land faster, right? You gotta hit a button so you can land faster to have a little bit more mobility of the character. I feel like that would help Demon Hunters quite a bit if they had something like that. The fact that it just like slowly glides it down to the ground is a little bit of like an issue. Not gonna lie. Bit of an issue, in my opinion. Lemon does it escape, and Bayek just looking for a bit of recovery. Bayek, are they getting hammers through a wall, or is it just like some EU lag that I'm seeing on NA? One or the other, but Lemon, try to see if you can just chug it out of there. In cap for a second, does go for a full slow. Looking to pick up as much survivability as possible. Just try to see if he can buy himself as much time as he can. Is going to be hit with the port. Does get hit with a Dawn Light. That is going to be that dot damage on a Bayek. So he's got himself constant pressure onto Lemon. There's not much you can really do about it. Karma reversal. Try to see if he gets some kind of forbearance button out of Bayek. But it's got him some full invis. So even the Karma, I think, is going to be missing for a couple of ticks there, wouldn't it? Leg sweep does get him some potential setup. Fist of Fury, that is going to be tricking out Bayek though, but it is a lot of damage on Lemon. Does him some full Celestial. Massive burst into a lay on hands. Lemon does get himself a lot of healing off of this though. In cap for a second, images is still available. Slicing wins to follow. Bubble out for Bayek, that is massive. Lemon trying to see if he can escape it. Does not have a way to really get a defensive. Needs those Vivifys, but he might just die to the dot. Oh, I think he's just dead. Holy dude! Holy! No way, you're dead! Oh, he's alive! Oh no, he's not! Oh yes, he is! No, he's not! No, he ain't. Dude, that dot from Paladins is brutal! Brutal! Like, I feel like so far in duels, usually we don't really get to see how strong that dot damage is, unless it's like somebody's behind the pillar like a warrior, right? And we see him ticking away little by little. But that was, I think, is an excellent showcase of how strong that proc and dot damage for Herald Paladin can be, right? Just putting those dots, the pressure, and the monk is behind the pillar, not letting it touch him, and he's just absolutely dying, melting. It is brutality at its finest. It is rough. It just shows you just how much pressure a Paladin can execute. Does go for a proper stun versus I'm switching to the wrong guy. Jayhawk, that is going to be a full stun. Locked down by Jay. Massive burst. Is this going to be enough? Big procs. Oh, Bayek getting super low. That mage lockdown is absolutely brutal. Got him some Frostfire bolts still. Oh, they're painful. First aid, but he's still burning. Burning from Frostfire bolts. Knocking the bandages out of your hands. Just taking away from any one of your buffs. It's a quick poly resin, trying to see if he can get some kind of setup. Frost Bomb might be enough with a Meteor. Oh, yeah. Just needed a quick flurry in there, too. Meteor, flurry, and you're done. Damn. Jay got the burst, guys. Man's got the burst. Black is going to be up next. Got himself a silence to follow with a Chimeric Poison. Knocking Jay out. The open is going to go for Coordinated Assault immediately. Jay looks like lagging a little bit. Hopefully not too badly. Short stone onto Jay is going to go for a block. Yeah. That is unfortunate. Definitely unfortunate. Not good. Yeah, not good. When you get it locked down like that, that is not good. Your health bar is like not good. Your health bar ain't feeling good off of that one. Black, he does get himself some big damage. Back-to-back poly out for Jay. Trying to see if he can land some kind of a lockdown, but Blacky's been really careful with his mobility. He's going to get trapped up or locked out from one side of the pillar, but he's just going to use Freezing Trap. But Jay... Was that a blink from Jay or was that an ultra? It might have been an ultra, right? Must have been. Must have been. So he's only got one more block. If Blaggy, which hunters are usually good at draining all the defenses out of mages, if he could just live a little longer, and get a bit more pressure out for Jay. I think he's going to be able to get a lot of defenses out of the guy. Breath, Poly, lockdown, no trinket. Hold on, this could be bad for Blackie. The Hunter might be going down. Does go for a pet sack. Something breaks the something broke the channel of the I forget what the what am I thinking of? The Ray of Frost. I'm not even sure what broke it. I have no idea actually. Into a stun. Joe, before Jay can even go. Bro, before Jay can even go for a block, the guy just came in a clean swipe off of him. Coordinated assault into like one big mongoose bite, I think, or something. That was a rough. Does try to see if he can get himself out away from those stuns from Rick. Rick is going to end up knocking the guy back a bit here. Got himself plenty of pets. Turtle Shell out for Blackie. He's got to find a way just to get CC onto Rick, though. Or just do damage to Rick. That's about all he can do, I think, at this point. Does get a stun ready for all those pets. Still taking so much damage back to back. Big Fury of the Eagle is going to need some kind of a heal. That or he's just out. I think he's just done. I think we're just trying to see if we can just puncture in, just spearhead damage into Rick's health bar as much as possible to potentially set up for Pink a chance to get some kind of a go here. Mortical just get it locked down completely into a Karma, trying to reverse that damage. Rick pulling his pets back immediately to limit that Karma value. Is going to be a port, does catch him, is going to be an in-cap. Black Soup off that trinket too, might be in a really tough spot. Rick just trying to see if he can maybe turn this around with a wall versus Pink. Pink got damage, but that wall keeping him nice and healthy with a big Celestial. Got him some big what are they called? Is it called a Roomba of Death? Because it does look like a Roomba when they do it Celestial. They're just sliding around, just pulsating damage, just cleaning up the other guy. Got himself full Gloom Hound. Do you have any CC to follow up? Clash does let him close the gap. Just needs a touch of death. Needs a touch of death. One touch of death. One touch of death. One touch of death. He can't do it. Oh, Rick does take it. One touch of death is all he needed. That is rough, man. That is rough. Now we're picking up two. Rick picking up two at the end there. Well done, dude. The control over Demonology Warlock has been excellent to watch here. Fantastic. Let's get another one going. Meld broke. Alright. All good, all good. All good, all good. Let me know how we doing, boys. Do we need more bodies or are we good? We send it if we're good. Johnny's ready. As soon as Push is ready, we'll go again. Monkeys are fun and strong. Yeah, it really is, man. Good team matchup? I think so, too. I think they're pretty evenly matched. Even in vanilla launch, I had 2 characters, a full T3 and another 2 BWL AQ gear. Yeah, I never got around to doing all that. Need invite my palette. Okay. Invite. He's swapping. Yeah, he's swapping to Pala. Toss me to invite my guy. And pass me leave when you get a chance. So I can just get Romario in here immediately. He's already on. Maybe just suggest invite? I'll suggest. Or yeah. Also, you can keep the group as raid. I don't think it breaks if you keep it as raid. I mean, it's whatever you want to do. Like, if you just want to keep it up as a party because it maybe looks nicer, or if you want to do it as a raid for the palette, yeah. We got one. Yeah, we got one. But yeah, if we, oh, I should have messaged Cobre. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. Plush is back on the rogue. Hell yeah, guys. Let's do the 12 year on. Let's switch up to a slightly bigger map. Yo, Grain! Do you have a slot? I can double check, man. You and Cobra both want to play. I definitely wanted to get you guys in on these. If we got spots, man, we'll get you in, yeah? If we got spots, we'll get you in. Chat, Johnny and Plush, if you guys got spots at any point of the night, I want to get my main Grain and I want to get Cobra in here too. Can we join these? Yeah, Gabriel, more than welcome to, man. Anybody and everybody can join in. We're hosting these today over on the EU side of the WoW region, EU side of the pond. Up in the chat, I have a pin on how to join. We just find the groups in like Raids Legacy, usually under Molten Core. But we list them in LFG. You're more than welcome to join in. Anybody and everybody can join. All that. But yeah. Give me B-Tech, please. Yes, it is, do you have me out of the BNet or Discord? I can write it there. It's a Dalaran hashtag 1340. I just need to make sure to add you specifically. Did I say that last one? Okay, well now we have 600. Really gotta clean up the audio at some point. Alrighty boys, switch. Wait, switch. Got it. Now we're good. Got ourselves. Who's gonna be first up? Is it Bayek? Is it gonna be Eloise? Is it gonna be a Romara God X? It is Romara, dude. He's got himself that MOP. I like the mount. I think that thing looks so good. The Algalon, but golden. Love the whole mop remixing, by the way, dude. I can't wait till Reed's remix. Look at that log, dude. Look at this guy. Absolute goober. Absolute goober. We got ourselves Goersi as well. Right sent. Let me double check it. Let me see. Yeah, all done. Is it Sand Fell or the Mint? Which one are you? Which one are you, my guy? It's gonna be Romaro Stretch. Oh, getting caught in the big old Comet Storm. One of the Meteor Goers absolutely just popping up with a big go. Combustion on top of it. Got himself a bunch of procs. Phoenix flying in. He's got himself Pyroblast building. Master Damage building up, but having to go for a poly. He doesn't have the Master Shepherd poly that stops Polymer from, prevents poly from healing the other guy. So he does going to give Romaro that much needed reset, which is unfortunate, but man, the amount of damage this guy can do is a lot though. Sandfell, beautiful. I can get you in here. Hell yes. And also we need to you just block yourself off. He actually just created a wall just so you sit down and get himself some food. That is hilarious, man. He's just building a wall. Romaro trying to cross it, dude. Holy. Stun onto Goer's does get himself a quick blink. It's going to be Meteor coming down. Romaro getting clipped by it maybe just a little bit. Not completed, but just a little. Goer's might be looking for a cauterize here that is going to be caught. Block maybe? Poly? Shields? You might just have to block this. I think you have to block it. You have to block it. Oh, you're going to die. Oh, your health bar. You got to block. You got to block. You got to do it. You got to do it. You got to... Oh. Maybe you decided, you know what? I have 2 seconds on a shield. 1 second and I'm done. Because honestly, I would do the same as a mage. I would be like, I would greet a block. I would be greeted a block, dude. You don't want to see what I do on paladins, man. I greet that bubble so hard. It's going to be tired out for Rick. He's got himself a port. Romaro still holding on to a bubble bop. Shield of Vengeance, lay in hands, I think, maybe. I'm not sure if he used it versus Goer's at all or not. But he might have. Rick is getting a lot of damage in. Oh! Pop them like a balloon again. Like this is me on a paladin. I greet that bubble. That's just what I do, man. That is literally what I do, man. Yo, Grain, I had to make sure to add you a note on BNet just so I can tell you. Just, since I have you on BNet finally, so next time I can message you directly and be like, yo, we're doing duels, you want to join in, all that. Hell yeah, dude. Walls work? Walls apparently do work. Walls apparently do work. He decided to go with that Trump strata, build a wall around him. the paladin didn't, although the paladin didn't even have to pay for that wall that time around. But walls do work apparently. Yes, you're right. Fear out for Rick. Got himself a big old tire to follow. Eloise getting locked down without a trinket too. So Eloise is in a rough spot right now. It does go for immunity. I think you to. I don't think you can stay away from all these pets, can ya? Yeah, I don't think you can. You gotta boost his way away from them. Steven can catch Rick. Does avoid the stun. I don't know if you go for a meta. I think you just have to go for a meta. Yeah, not much you can do. Once you fall behind too much of the Demon Hunter, it's over. It is over. That is one class that I think has gotten only harder to play in PvP. It may not have like too many buttons, but I feel like in PvP, it used to be like godlike BFA, right? Just existing, you got so much leech, you would just heal yourself the entire time. You're just absolutely just self-sustainable. But then they like kept nerfing it and nerfing it and nerfing it some more and nerfing it some more. So it's like, unless you play like perfectly with your defenses, and like even if you look at that on the NA side of the game, right? We got Parasite popping off on the DH who he plays. He's insane to that thing, but he plays very much hit and run, very much floating in the air, trying to immune every CC, every defensive use perfectly. You can't throw anything out just willy-nilly. You have to make sure you get perfect lockdowns and then line the sight so you're not taking any damage. Because if you're taking any damage, you just will not be able to handle it. Bayek, how much a bubble does go? Well, Bayek bubbled or something. Bubbled for sure. Bob also got used. I don't know if he's got to lay on hands. Might be in a bit of a rough spot. Got his own proc of wings. He might just have to build some holy power off of these pets and just go for self-healing. That's all he can do in the moment. But he's still melting little by little. Is it just going to be Rick taking the second one? Taking another one? Got himself laying on hands. Trying to see if he closes the gap. Rick trying to see if he can bastard himself out of there. I don't know if he got anything left. More to call. Last second. Fury to follow. That's going to lock down the bike, but he's still melting. Oh, the Dawn Light. As long as you can get a proper Dawn Light on the target, you're probably going to end up getting a win out of it. Big Celestial, big Brute. Oh my god, dude. The burst damage out of these guys is actually wild. Just walked up, slammed the back of the man's head with a couple of Fisted Furies, hit him with a Condi, channeled him for a few seconds, and the guy goes down. That is rough. Plush is going to be up next. Does get full dots onto Lemon. He's going to go for a Trinket here. Really early Trinket. For Plush, at least he's able to maintain poisons and build comp points from a distance. He doesn't have any dot damage to work with, so unless Lemon ports next to Plush to try to disrupt his opener, it's going to be kind of out in the open. But Plush is an opportunity to just go for a proper reset. Go road again onto Lemon. Is he going for a setup? Got himself a Shiv. That's going to be a cheap shot onto Lemon. Vanish, another cheap shot to follow. Is that going to be the big damn? Does not have a Cloak of Shadows to remove that karma anymore. You can't do that anymore. But does have himself evasion to try to stop some of the damage. That's likes it wins his own nature though, baby. That thing goes through. Can you even dodge it? I feel like I've gotten hit by Sison wins a couple of times, so I'm like, I had evasion. Pretty sure I had evasion, but I still get hit. Unless it being full nature damage, it's just like an AoE button that can't be dodged. One of those two. Then so many pets that lose health. They don't really lose a lot of health, yeah. Pets are definitely a pain. Full stun, Lemon taking a bit of damage. Blush trying to go for the big Kingsbane. Cloak of Shadows, everything is available. Lemon does not have a big defense. It does have Diffuse, but it's not going to help him with the the bleeds. The poisons is going to start damping some of them, but the bleeds ain't doing it. And Blush does end up taking it. Though the Bourbon Call of Duty does get himself the angle, but walks away to pick up the eye. was that the whole point there? Did he even dot the guy? Is there a Sunfire, Moonfire on him? I don't think so. No, he's clean. So you rooted him just to go pick up the eye. That or he hit root and then Plush hit like stealth at the same time. So then maybe he didn't see him, so he was like, I'm gonna grab the eyeball. I'm gonna grab that eyeball. Is the other eyeball up? Yeah, I'm literally using Blaggy's position just to see if there's an eyeball behind that pillar. But it is gonna be a stealthy off here. Cold Blood available for Plush. The best part is him being a Fate Bound. Cold Blood will only be used in Venom. So that's actually really, really good. Orc Buck looks funny. Orc Buck looks good, man. I feel like they look better though. Like, this is maybe just a personal preference, but like, I like male Orc with like massive, big hulking giant because the shoulders and the monk, all these like helms and shoulders, I feel like look bigger on them. It's a lot more noticeable. You know what I mean? But it looked good, man, either way. All of them look good. That's going to be a full Trinket out for Druid. He got himself a Roots Ultra Plus. Trying to see if he can back up out of there. All the trees are in. He's got himself potential lots of damage, but Plus is going to try to see if he can get behind the pillar. Does leap over, try to go for a bit of a knock. Wants to make sure he doesn't get stun locked. That is going to be stunned either way. Garodes back to back. Doesn't disarm him for a second. Kingsbane is in. Staying in smoke just to avoid the Kamoke. Holy, that smoke for the Kamoke is so good. For Druid, that was at least a couple of regrows there. A couple of heals here and there. But for Plunge, that was basically a clean escape. Does get himself a resell for a second. Drudy does get caught with yet another Garode. Kidney shot to follow him. Cold Blood is still in. He's still got him some big Envenoms ready to go. Does he get him the big setup? One Envenom. Trying to build up for another. Can he do it? Cyclone does have a cloak. I think it's over. Oh, it is over. And Plus just take it. Well, no. Picking up two, bud. Picking up two. With Rick also picking up two, I'm pretty sure, for his team. Well done, boys. Well done. Let's get ourselves something going here, yeah? Alrighty. Yo, also got Keta messaging me, man. Yo, I will let you know as soon as we do. Yo, Plush and Jotty, if you guys got any spare spots, I got like at least 3 bodies that are like interested, man. So let me know, man. Let me know if you need more. Oh, if we got spots, we got bodies to fill them with. It was a joke. To be fair, Boomkin versus a rogue is not an easy matchup. Like, there's not much you can really do in that situation. Some classes are a hard counter. Like, him versus a monk, he did really good. Him versus a rogue with those silencing of roads and cheap shots, it is actually tough. Like, what do? You have to sit there and take a full stun lock combo. You can press Bark Skin. And then what? You know what I mean? Like, he set it up correctly. He had a clone going and the rogue pressed cloak. Like, what the hell is the druid supposed to do in that situation? Dampening Giga High. Yeah, try to be Monk versus Boomkin. Exactly, that's what I'm saying. Like, Monk versus Boomy. Like, keeping him at bay. Like, if you can keep him at arm's reach. The rogue got stealth, so you can at least get around. Ready? Alright, so both groups are still ready. Maybe we could do a bit of like a... what we can do is next match, we can shuffle the groups around, right? Remake the groups, shuffle people around, get Grain, get Cobre, get all those guys in. And then switch you guys up in teams. So Bayek was in team 1, that can go in team 2. So after this one, Johnny and Plush, after this one, let's do a group reshuffling. So you would have to explain to your team, hey guys, we're going to shuffle the groups around. So we're going to restart them. Your mother can join either or. We're just going to shuffle some bodies around. We'll get Cobra, we'll get Kedem, we'll get Grain, and then we'll get all of you guys back in as well, yeah? So we could get some new faces in here. Cool? You'll just have to tell you after this match, just let your team know what's going on. Like, hey, we're gonna reshuffle. You're more than welcome to play. We're just gonna restart the groups, get some fresh new bodies in. You guys are welcome to re-sign back up. All that. Yeah. Don't just leave the team hanging. Just at least let them know like what's going on. Not everybody's watching the stream right now, or depending on the internet. Like some of you guys like to have the stream like paused while you're mid game. You know what I mean? Alrighty, let's get another one going here, boys. Here we go. Alright, switch. Got ourselves. Oh, who's it first? Is it Lemon? Lemon, my man, versus Eloise. Both some of the most mobile classes in the game. Woodwalker and Demon Hunter. The most amount of movement possible here for either one of them. Big damage out from Fist of Fury. Eloise can't break through. So I was gonna say Eloise can technically break through some of it going in for the I-beam. But I didn't expect for Lemon to immediately pop into the Condi and then immediately press the button and just... What was the damage there? It felt like it was kind of... Eloise was kind of okay, and then pop. At that point, like, how do you predict an immunity there, right? Like, if I was a rogue in that situation, I guess I would just, like, press cloak and evasion as quick as I could. But if I pop like that, I don't know if a cloak would save you, man. That's a cheap death kind of scenario, right? We'll have to buy cheap death at that point. Plush is gonna be up next, charging onto Lemon. Got him bled up a little bit. And Lemon trying to see if he can catch up. Trying to deny Plush and re-stealth if at all possible. It's gonna be a quick sap. No more dots on a Lemon. This gives Plush an opportunity to have himself a proper go. No trinket. No karma available for Lemon. Did you want to use karma versus Plush, or was that just a karma versus the DH? Full death mark. It does end up avoiding the leg sweep. Oh, it's over. It is so over. Oh my god. When you evasion a leg sweep, that's how I knew it was done. Because then you got full bleeds, full poisons, everything. Druid trying to see if he can get himself a bit of a payback versus the Rogue. Smoke bomb up really early. Trying to see if he can go for a knock. Ward to follow. Definitely needs to maintain his max range away from the Rogue as best as possible. Notice is going to be another stun lock combo by the Rogue. Pre-bear forms it. It's going to be trying to just live this the best as possible. Disarm for a second. Dots a rim. Got himself the procs. Got himself the DM. Hold on. Buzz does not have an out unless he got a sippy cup. Trying to first aid whatever he can, but the Druid is going to be on him this entire time. Maybe you can go for a gouge. Does Phantom for a second. Kidney to follow. Do you just turn this around randomly? He needs to kind of like an out. He definitely needs an out. Roar, Trinket to follow. Just try to see if you get away. The dots are ready. At least you got yourself a sippy cup. That is keeping you alive. Barely, but it is keeping you alive. And for Druid, that is an opportunity to catch a couple of Rigos. The Rogue catch out a re-stealth. Disarm to follow. Got himself the movement in order to get behind the pillar really quickly. Still taking so much damage, but might be able to catch himself a re-stealth here if possible. Does catch it. No saps. Does go for a Garrote. Lock it out Judy with yet another kidney. Cold Blood is available. Is this where you just go for the kill? Kingsbane. That is a lot of potential damage. That is going to be a melt for a second. I don't know if you can escape or just run. Just trying to see if you can bail out of there. Does go for the Vanish, I think, yeah? Yeah, that was a Vanish Cloak. Just to make sure you got himself a proper reset. The Vanish, I think maybe is a Panic Vanish, but it does give you a heal. There is that talent for Soothing Darkness, so you are like a emergency heal situation. Definitely got to escape and get out of that scot-free. Druidy's gonna roar him, dude. Catch them immediately. As long as Druidy can keep a distance with a step, that ain't happening. Cheap shot. He's out of bear form for a second. Getting a shot to follow. Building up some damage. That death mark very, very soon. As soon as you can get away from that, get out of that disarm. Might be able to go for full death mark. All your dots are gone, though. So you're in a bit of a weird spot. Just trying to see if you can sprint out of there. In a rough spot right now. Actually, in a real rough spot. I don't know if you got any kind of heal. Gouge for a second just to lock him. Maybe you can pre-evasion a bash. That is still a lot of damage. If Druidy gets a single Wrath on you, I think it's over. I don't know if he's going to go for a Wrath. Roar for a second. He needs to land a kidney shot to lock him down, I think. He has a King's Bane. He has a Death Mark. He needs to make a play off of those. I don't think he'll be able to. Druidy does catch him with a couple surges. As long as he can give the rogue like an arm's reach, man, so you just can't quite reach ya. Yeah. You're going to be good. You're going to be good. He found himself the mobility he needed. Perfect mobility. Well done, well done. That is a tough one for the rogue, dude, because you technically have like Kingsbane, you have Deathmark, but it's like you just gotta get close enough, get us done, line up all of those cooldowns together. Might be okay. Baya getting hit with the Cyclone, immediate trinket for Druidy. Trying to see if he can stay on him. Blind does not connect. Stun does, the trinket to follow. Bear from her after. Trying to see if he can keep himself alive. Brutal to Baya does end up escaping him with the dodge though. This is gonna be Druidy trying to create as much space as possible with those flaps. The disengaged flap combo is huge. Catching up a little bit of healing. Got himself Convoke, could use it defensively. If he can somehow get away from Bayek. Yeah, that's rough. That is rough. Technically had himself a go, but needs to get himself a moment to breathe for a second. But if the pally just keeps staying on him the entire time, there's just no way, man. There's just no way to do it. Gobert is going to be up next now. Trying to see if he can get himself another kind of a setup. I want to join. Gabriel, motherfucker, join us, man. Every class gets one, maybe two oopsie buttons. If one get caught button, there's some others have like 5. True, like I feel like if you play rogue, you definitely have a lot of oopsie buttons. Like more than an average bear. But I also never realized just how little buttons some classes have until I started like using the new cooldown manager. Because like you have like the utility cooldowns and then the offensive cooldowns. I've never really thought about just how many like utility buttons certain classes have and how little others have. Like some classes barely have any buttons, man. It's kind of wild to me. Big damage onto Baya. Got him some full magic immunity. Goerson just taking a pounding, just taking a beating. Does he have ultra? He does have ultra, so he's actually okay. As long as he doesn't get seared. Doesn't get seared crispy. He might be okay. Searing Glare does connect. That's an opportunity for Baya to get something going. Goerson goes in for a full block just to recover. It is rough. You have Cauterize still. But Baya got himself lots of recovery. That block does not give you a lot of health at all to work with. It gives you some, which is better than nothing. Are you going to try to go for food? I think he wants to go for a reset if possible. But yeah, unless you go for immediate poly. Baya's sitting down for food too? Oh, mana. He's sitting down for mana. So he's letting Goerz get a full reset. I guess knowing that Goerz does not have a block anymore, he feels pretty confident that he can win this duel. And I think as a paladin, he can win. Got himself the Dawnlight. Dude, look at the Dawnlight burning through its shield. That Dawnlight absolutely melting through its shield if that is held bar. That is brutal. Baya just needs a couple more of those Wake of Ashes, double Dawnlights, and I think Goerz is done. Buffing Dawnlight by 50% is some work, by the way. Trinket into full blind by Baya, just keeping the pressure onto Goerz. That Trinket is a very ballsy choice. There's going to be some procs out of Goerz, though. He just needs a big Comet Storm combo. He just needs a Meteor Comet Storm combo. That's all he needs. I don't know if he'll be able to. I think it's just over. I think it's going to be caught. Try not to caught. It is caught. Maybe you can shield yourself to absorb some of this damage, but it's caught otherwise. Oh no. I think it's over. He needs a breath, but I think it's over. Got him some Warlock Hellstone. He needs to catch a breath. Breath cut Meteor. I think that's what he's got to do. Meteor combusts out. There's going to be a Bayek backing up out of there. No doubt into Goerz is okay for now. Just trying to see if he can pressure Bayek with just offensive pressure. Still got damage. Technically got damage. Ultra still available. Might need to alter this. Does get altered, but he's still dotted. He's gonna rot though. Oh no, shields. You need a shield right here. Ah. Oh. Yeah, that's rough. Who's up next? Is it gonna be Jay? Is it gonna be Rick? Because these casters are falling one by one, man. What's Holy Saya? That is a good question. I don't know. Druid bad question mark? I don't think so. I think for Boomy it's not easy. Like in 1v1 in particular, I don't think we've ever seen Boomies really dominate 1v1s. It's been a second. It's been a bit. They definitely don't have it easy in my opinion. Bubble out for Bayek J, just trying to see if he can waddle out of there. Maybe looking for the Ultra really early. The fact that Ultra gets dampened now is rough, dude. That actually is rough. fact that you can dampen an altar. For mages, that doesn't mean they don't have that longevity anymore, especially as the game gets towards high dampener. This is going to be a full poly off of an interrupt. Does get himself Frostbomb, needs a combo, stunned by Bayek. Does he have anything to follow up? That's going to be full Meteor Shatter combo. That is going to be quite a bit of damage for Jay. Does he have any follow up? He got himself Lances. That's going to bust through that Shield of Vengeance. Is going to go for a block as he sees Bayek going for Wake of Ashes. Is that just second? Let's see first block. He's trying to see if he can put it on cooldown before he gets put in a really bad spot. Bayek just sitting down for some mana immediately. That's going to be a breath out for Jay. Does go for a trinket, shifting power, looking for a kick, doesn't connect the kick, but does prevent the shifting power from continuing to pulsate and get the cooldown reduction for Jay. So it's going to be a little bit tougher for him to get a setup. Frozen Orb doesn't quite connect, but it does give you an instant blizzard to at least disrupt that healing. Bayek, I think, is definitely winning on health for a time being. Big Wake of Ashes, Dawnlight, Jay may be looking for another block. You got shields, but you're looking for a block, man. You might have to block this. I think you have to block it. Oh, yeah, you have to block it. Look at the Paladin. As long as he got himself that strong dot on the mage, he knows it's over. It's like an Affliction Warlock, but like not a Warlock at all. The most opposite you can be of a Warlock. One is a caster and you're a melee. One is like super foul evil magic and you're like holy. Which is like most people see as good and or benevolent. For Xander's though, is it more like benevolent? It's more like from Loa. Yeah. It's like Loa inspired more than anything. It's kind of like, I guess the way I could compare it is like humans and dwarves. They kind of have this like priesty effect of the paladin, right? There's the whole churchy aspect of it, the holy, like, Holy Spirit, whatever. While like Blood of Paladins is like, I'm pretty sure it's just like take like a liquid Naru, melt it down, and then just use it as a weapon, essentially. So it's also this like connection with some Holy Spirit, but rather like, hey, let me just use that as a weapon. It's just another tool. You know what I mean? Does that make sense? I'm pretty sure there's like something like that in lore. Somewhere. I just like the difference. I'm pretty sure Xander's... Anyway, I feel like I could go off on a tangent here for hours. More coil launch a bike. Does have him lay on hands. That's going to keep him alive here for a little longer. Blessing protection, not available. Soul ripped out of his body. May actually just want to grab it really quickly. Trying to go for Searing Glare. That is going to be Fury. Searing Glare does not connect. I think it hits a pet or two maybe. There's going to be more pets. Buy a rig. Buy could be in a lot of trouble. Maybe a Hodge. It does go down. That is rough at the end there, man. Romara, is it going to be Romara? No, Blackie is going to be up next. Can Rick bring it back for his team? One pally down. If he can go through a Hunter, he'll be golden. If he can go through another pally yet again, he'll be extra golden. Medium rare. Does go for a quick stunner. That's going to be Blackie trying to see if he catch up to him. Fear with a wall. Rick having to use his big defenses really early here. Does end up collapsing all the demons, all the damage into Blackie. He's going to have to go for Turtle Shell here really soon. That is just constant lockdowns and those pets that just continue to do damage to you with a Tyrant to follow. That is just a lot of work, a lot of value. Does go for Turtle. Needs to get himself over to Rick. I think that's all he can do right now. He can't really stay and mess around with these pets at all. Like the more he's in line of sight of the pets, the worse it's going to be for him. I think it's end. Yeah, it's the end. Does end up getting attacked there. All those pets, everything available. For Rimaru, he's got to just get over there, land a stun. Does go for the blind on the pets. Rick needs to find a way to escape this. Dark Pact is going to help him live a little bit. Axe Toss helps a ton too. Mortal Call maybe? Fear? You might need to get a Fear in. Board is huge. I don't know if you get Gateway anytime soon. I think waiting for Mortal Call. Try to rip the soul out of Mars' body. Was successful at it. I think was successful at it. Lands of Fear. More pets. Fear spam. Back to back. It's going to have a Gateway. I don't know if you can just continue kiting for as long as possible. You just got to summon pets and stay away from Pally. That's all you can do. Summon pets and stay away from Pally, but I think it's over. Yeah. Yeah. At some point I was just thinking like, is there any opportunity for him to escape? Bayek picking up 3, dude. The Pally damage, though. I didn't realize Bayek picked up 3. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Alrighty, boys. Let's get us another one going here, yeah? Uno más, uno más, uno más. Rick. Oh, not Rick. Leo. Or Johnny. And, Plush. Hopefully you guys let your teams know that we are going to be doing a bit of a reshuffle. Somebody invite me so I can get Grain in the group. I'm also gonna message, I could join, or I could join Plush, right? I could join Plush's group. Yeah. Oh, Sandfeld, Grain is already in the group. Awesome, awesome, awesome. So we're gonna get these groups in the LFG real quick. Cobria. Got spots. Also need to message to Kedem, got spots. Perfect. I'm gonna get you invited when I can. Is Johnny ready already? Ready? He's already got 5, dude. He's already got 5. Are you ready? Okay. Alright, Plush. Or should I remake the group? Okay. Plush, make me lead. And I'll get Cobria, I'll get Romaro. Oh, Gabriel, if you want to join in, I'll have the group listed. I'll let you know how to do this. Make me lead. Plus. I'll take care of all of it. Nice. So raid. So Gabriel, we're gonna list the group over under Molten Core 5V5 1v1 Duels, and we're gonna hit list group. I'll get Rick to get him back in here. I'll get Cobri in here. That guy's already in. Malone, no bro, no one in group. We are remaking the oops. Fresh blood. There we go. Alrighty, so we have one more spot. Oh man. I'll do this. Gabriel, if you want to join us, we got the group listed. Otherwise, I'll need to pick out of the 3. I'll probably do like a random roll system, just to make it like super, you know, super fair. I'm with Lemon. Okay, cool. Neat. So we already got you in. So out of these 3, oh, that was 4. I can only pick one of you boys. I can only get one of you gamers. So I'm gonna make it as even as possible. Dice roller. All right, we're gonna do it through like a D&D style, a D4 die. So when I roll a D4 die, it has 4 sides and it's gonna roll 1, 2, or 3, or 4. So I'm just gonna do it like this. Jayhawk is 1, Eloise is 2, Call of Duty is 3, and Romaro is 4. That's about the best I can do and as fair as I can make it. Alright. Good luck. 1, Jayhawk wins. That's how I can do it, as like that's as impartial as I can make it. But all of you, if you get spots, I can get you guys in. Can only do I need to message tomorrow. Can't do everyone. So I did D4 die roll as a random pick. I get it. I will let you know if we got spots. Perfect. Yeah, I can only get one of you guys at a time. Hope you were watching stream. Have to do a random roll. We'll let you know if we get more spots. There we go. Alrighty, so I'll definitely get you guys a spot. Eloise, hopefully also in chat. Hopefully you are in the know. I didn't decline ya. Just had to do a slash random roll. Where are you? Leah in chat? Yeah. Yeah, so we definitely, if we get spots, we can get you in here again. Guys, go to the group. F him. No, don't F him up. My nemesis? No, what do you mean, nemesis? He's a beautiful butterfly. You leave him alone. He is a pretty man, warrior guy. He's a beautiful flower. Does the name Call of Duty? I do like the name Call of Duty though. I think it's pretty good. What are we gonna send you guys to? Dalaran Suez? I also need to message Chicago Chills tomorrow about Duels, see if they'll be down for it. It'll be around. I'm psyched, by the way. Okay. Cool. Oh, the druid. Got it. Beautiful. Dude, last week on NA, we couldn't get any duels together. We just could not. We tried. We actually tried, but we couldn't get them going. So what I'll do tonight is I'll message Chicago, I'll message Chills. I'll see if they'll be around for tomorrow's duels. If they are, then I think it'll be easier to make some groups. If they're not, then I might as well not even do duels for tomorrow on NA if the games are not going to be popping. Because that was pretty bad last week. It was feels bad, man. I hope we'll actually get some games. Or what I should do is just have more games on EU, right? That should be, I should just do more games on EU. Last week's NA, yeah. I should just do more games on EU than instead. Some say I do, man. Okay, switch. Caligorn. Oh, first up versus Bayek. Immediate blessing of protection. Can you remove it? You can remove it. Feign death for a second. Trying to see if you can stop a little bit of a Bayek's go. Freezing trap waiting for him perfectly. Right in a good spot. That is going to be tricking on Bayek. Trying to see if he can close that gap. Knockback onto the Pally. Trying to go for a disengage stun out of Bayek. Either way, though, there's going to be a stun lock by Ketum. Does he have a big setup? Rapid fire double tap that is doing a lot of damage. Burns on shield event is real quick. A lickety split. That is going to bubble out for Bayek. Turtle shell forget him. Immune for immune. Bayek does some regenerating though, so he does have himself a little bit extra survivability on top of it. Ketum placing a freaking trap yet again. And he just needs to get himself a good line of sight, a good distance away from Bayek. If he can do that, he'll be golden. Stunned with that Eagle Harrier coming down with an aim shot to follow. Got himself a bit of decent damage, but Bayek is going to end up backing up out of there pretty quickly. Needs to get himself a bit of a catch up. Get him immediately sitting down for food, man. Having a mage on the team for some food is massive. Bayek also has a mage food with Mies too. Forgot about that. Volley, tell me you see him, right? Wait, do you have the volley where you can see him through LOS? You do, right? Or do you not? Definitely have double tap with a volley. Freeze the trap, trades with a stun. That is perfect for Ketum, actually. That is actually really good. Got himself a stun to follow up with a Bayek. He got himself Wake of Ashes. Still got a Dawn Light on to get him either way though. Got himself the range and the damage, but needs to find a way to just consistently keep the pressure on the Paladino. I just traveled into outer space for a second there. I think the camera gonna push through a wall. So this place does have a skybox. You just can't really see it, can ya? As it's gonna be Bayek trying to give himself a little bit of survivability here. With Ketum duking up a bit of a camo, looking for that reset. The duel between the Pally and the Hunter, I was thinking it was going to be a really quick one that ends like fast, like that. But no, it isn't. Volley down for Ketum. Got himself a bit of decent damage. Stun him to Bayek. He's out in the open. No more bot, no more bubble. Maybe laying hands in case he ever needs one. Freezing trap around the other side. He's going to be able to avoid it. Binding shot does connect. This is the Hunter going to try to see if he can get himself a bit of a reposition. Aim shot is available. As long as he can get more aim shots in, I think he'll be golden. Trying to see if he can pressure going, but the Pally, look at the range damage the Pally has gotten, man. He's got so plenty of ways to keep up with Ketum, even though he's not up in melee with the guy all the time. Tricking to follow, does get himself a big combo, big volley, big, what is it, the Wailing Arrow? No, that's not even a thing anymore, is it? Trying to see if he can get himself Black Arrow setups, but he's just not quite connecting with that Searing Glare. Ketum got himself big defensive ready to go. Aim shots to follow, just needs more of those kill shots, Black Arrow combos, rapid fire with the silence on a Bayek. That's actually kind of massive. Aim shot does not have the line of sight anymore. Got himself a volley. Is this enough? Aim shot's still gonna go through. Does catch him with an arcade on top of it. Oh my god. I was thinking he's not gonna connect. Freezing trap winning. Oh, Caligorn stopped him for a second just to get himself and doesn't get him the kill. Was that a bleed? It must have been a bleed, right? I'm gonna log off so I can join later. Okay. Oh, good, Leah. Thanks for popping in. Appreciate you. I hope I see you next week, yeah? Or maybe tomorrow if I do more in EU duels. Thank you so much for popping in. Appreciate ya. Cheap shot onto Caligorn. Stun onto Plush. Try to see if we can get himself some kind of a setup. Trinket out for Plush really early here. Caligorn get a blood up. And Plush, I think he's trying to see if he can go for full go. Kingsbane is on. Cal trying to see, I think, if he can get a wall out of Caligorn. But he's got himself fear. He's got himself just enough survivability passively. Got himself a little bit of defenses here with that shield from Ignore Pain. Disarm onto Caligorn. Does get a stun. Spear onto Plush with a roar. He does try to see if he can escape, but he can't. He does go for the vantage there just to at least escape the line of sight of Caligorn for a second, but that spear still held him in. Is going to be a big leap for Caligorn. Does go for a big wall here potentially? It might just have to, especially if he expects a no stun. I think it's over. Yeah, parry. There's nothing Plush can do. Nothing Plush can do. The parry. He just needs one more hit. One more go. Oh, throw. Oh no, heroic throw is not going to be enough. Next go, Plush could actually make something happen here. Plush could actually make a kidney shot happen. Normal wall for Calicorn. He does have a trinket. I don't know if he burns a trinket. Oh, what was that? That strike, was that just a mortar strike? That he just kept cooking for a while? My god. There's a duel link to battle one go to play today. Oh no, small trip to relax. I hope you enjoy the trip, Saya. Hope you enjoy your vacation, my guy. Hell yeah. Dude, Caligorn, how does everybody have this mount already? Why am I so behind on this mount grind, dude? I played so many games, man. I hit 2400 blitz. I'm pretty much like 10 points away from 2400 in solos. I've been playing so many games, and I just can't get that mount. How many more games do I have to play? I've been going through so many. Oh my god. I feel like they should just add like an extra stipulation with that mount, right? Either fill up the bar or hit 2400. It's like, dude, come on, man. It's not like I didn't put effort this season at all. Come on, dude. Actually, it's been a while since I hit 2400. This early in the season before inflation starts to hit. I feel like a lot of players really get that like the elite rewards once you get into that like when the rate starts to get inflated, because it actually feels really nice. The games get just a little bit more fun. Everybody's playing, everybody's popping off and everything, so it feels like the game is like refreshes. Every season it's really popping off at the very start, and then it slows down, and then they inflate the MMR a little bit, and then it's like everybody gets the rewards, everybody's constantly playing. It's really fun. Constantly queues are popping, don't have to wait an hour for a queue. While I'm out here in that 3500 BG Blitz bracket, having to wait an hour for a game, or have to wait until it's like 3-4 in the morning, where everybody in that bracket plays. God, dude. Caligorn trying to see if he can keep himself alive here versus Jay. Just trying to see if he can avoid a lot of this setup, because Jay can do some mean amount of damage on him. Poly, full stun, big shatter combos, back-to-back damage. It is just a lot to deal with at once. Dropping down Blizzard for a quick second, and Jay is trying to see if he can get himself some line of sight behind, or not line of sight, trying to see if he can get himself in the line of sight of Caligorn, I guess what I'm trying to say. Trying to make sure, trying to find a good angle versus him is I guess what I'm trying to go for. Missing that kick, Caligorn might actually have to pay for this one. That's going to be a potential big combo. Big stun? Yeah, big stun. Does not have a trinket. That's a full shatter combo. Oh, does he survive it? Got himself a little bit extra health. Reflect for a moment. Jay does go for a blink. Still flurries. Flying in. Fear by Cal. Trying to go for a spear. Did Jay alter that? He escaped it one way or another. Either reverse blinked it or altered it as the spear was about to connect. Didn't quite do it. Charge again for Cal. The blink doesn't go anywhere. It does get a stun, but they're knocked back by the mage's golden. Caligorn needs a blaze storm just to make sure he can get himself potentially a little bit of closer reconnect versus Jay. Breath to follow, roar right after Poly, and everything is available. Shift power to follow him. Does he have himself a good setup here? He's just trying to go for a stun setup. Trying to go for a stun. Caligorn needed a pre-wall here, I think. That is a Rare Frost. He lives it though. He lives that Rare Frost some way, somehow. Parry up right after Jay. Trying to see if he can back up out of there. Trying to go for a knock. It doesn't go set and flying. Caligorn does get it. Trying to go for a stun onto Jay. Is going to go off the side of the platform. And you see got himself a bit of a heal. First aid, the Frozen Orb, as well as the Blizzard do disrupt it. Both Jay and Caligorn are low though. If you can land yourself a good reflect, you might be golden, but it's so much damage from range. He's still alive though, dodging that meteor some way, somehow. Needs a line of sight. He needs to be under the platform. Forcing Jay to walk next to him. He's got himself a better angle, could go for a charge. Stun, if you can disrupt him one frost, that'll be huge. Fear to follow, that's massive. He does go for a trinket though. Repositions it. He's still in line of sight for Caligorn, so he's okay. He just needs one good setup. Big Colossus, everything. He might be able to make it happen. Spear's available too, so Jay won't be able to go anywhere. It will be immediate block. It would have to block it. You just gotta CC him for a moment, keep him in place. That's what you have to do. I don't know if you just go for like maybe a stun around the corner and then a spear. Charge, Blade Storm knows it's gonna be a blink. For Jay, that's a blink, so it could be a lockdown unless he goes for a reverse blink. If he goes for a reversion, then he'll be okay. I think he'll regain a charge back. Stun, can't do anything. I think it's gonna be a spear moment. Has to go for spear, I think. Another charge? Maybe leap? Leaps. I think he just has to go for spear. If he had a spear there, then Jay would not even be able to escape with a blink, and then he could go for a full Colossus smash. Try to go for Ring of Frost. You're trapped. No, you're not trapped up. You actually prevented the cast. I thought the cast finished. The guy's bleeding out, though. The mage is bleeding out little by little. He's got him some shields. Reflect out for Cal. He's got him some lots of healing. Jay setting down for food immediately. At some point, you have to spear him. Because if you had him stunned, speared, he wouldn't be able to go anywhere. It actually would have been perfect. But Caligar does get kited out. Jay, if anything, is at least really good at the kiting game. He's really good at that. Keeping himself at bay away from Cal. He's doing A-okay with it. Fear for just a quick second. Does go for Will of Forsaken for a moment. Caligar looking to get himself an angle, if at all possible. He needs to get himself blink. That is a blink out of Jay if you go in for a leap stun. Charge? I don't even know how you found an angle. Breath and stun. Oh! Did you interrupt him on Frost or was it Arcane? I don't even know, but he does get the kill. Holy! Cobra is gonna be up next. The Cobra making a return, trying to see if he can get him to some sort of a setup. Big gate went right after her. Caligor got himself Avatar to follow. There's a stun right around the corner. Big Bolt interrupts it. That stun was so short. I guess from the Infernal, that was one stun. Second stun, that Infernal. That Casbolt intro was beautiful though. Exactly what it needed. Succubus catching him, Trinket to follow. Cobra got himself a couple instances. More to call into Caligorn. Bolt one. Does he get a second bolt? No, he doesn't get a second one. Parry up for Caligorn. Trinket up right now for Cobra. It does go for the wall. Second bolt does connect. This is where Caligorn is in a position where he just cannot get pelted on. He just can't be eating bolts right now. He cannot be. That is a proc damage out of Cobra too. Big soul fire right after. That's a fast cast proc. Both are super low. Caligorn, Fear to follow into Cobra. This is where maybe he can go for Warbreaker. Colossus Smash does go through, but yeah, Conflagration with Incinerate. It was just enough to take him. And Mies is going to be up next. Got himself a couple of lances, a couple of Frostfire bolts here. With Cobra trying to, I don't know if you live this. Reflect. Oh. You're okay for a second. Your health, though. Your health, bro. Your health. Ah. This is going to be Blizzard down for a second. Cobra try to see if he can get himself out of dodge here, if at all possible. Still up and down for a second. Oh, I was gonna say for a second, like, oh man, when I see somebody super low, I'm like, are they gonna live? Is there opportunity there? Rick immediately setting out the pets onto Mies, forcing a block out of him. Axos right after. Lockdown on Frost for a second. That's a lot of pets. You just blocked, so there's nothing you can do. I think for Mies, it's gonna be outski. I think it's gonna be down here. Downhill from here. Unless trying to make a play, trying to have himself a waddle. Back it up out of there, shifting power with some cooldowns, maybe a shield. Ah, yeah. I was just thinking, like, we are pretty high dampening. 12 minutes into the match, 68% dampening. I'm just kind of grating my teeth. I'm just watching the halberd, just seeing, like, if there's any way for you to, like, make an escape here. Lemon Roll, second to last oral for that team, too. Rick has to go through a lot of players. Feral Druid and Monk. The only way you can win this, I think, is if you just don't get hit. You cannot let him touch you at all, and Lemon is immediately on top of you. Holy, he's sucking you like glue. Trying to go for size and wins, does close that gap really quickly. Rick, all he can do is just try to see if he can stay away. Can't go anywhere. Hand to go down. Wall. He can't even Fear Lemon. He has to at some point land a Fear or two. Lemon just continuing to pummel damage into the guy, but he has to go for Fear. Knocking up the D with Doom Guard, learning how to fly. With the Fear off of that Axe Toss. Yeah, for Rick, I don't think he has much help to work with. Single class touch to death and it's over. All you can do is spam Fears on the guy. Unless you could, like, stun. It's over. It is over. That is so rough, dude. Who's got the most? Caligar picking up 3. Let's go, my guy. The Mage was a hard one, though. Mage was a toughie. Not gonna lie. Mage ain't easy. Plush and Johnny, let me know when you boys are ready. Let's get another one going. That was a lot of fun. I had a lot of fun with that one. No rules, so you don't mind. Johnny is ready. Plush is ready. Beautiful. I'll send you guys into a Tiger's Peak, I guess. I should do at least 1 gram with this. Fairly enough for the others. He was trying, dude. He was trying. After the changes, blind doesn't remove dots, and now if you have dots on enemies, blind breaks instantly. So if it's watchful only one. Oh, you're talking about like the blinding thing? Yeah, remember, dude, if the blind did remove magic damage, that'd be insane. Biacal login, okay. We can give him a second. I'll go with that. Will do. Big damp? Yeah, it was a pretty big damp game. Sometimes it happens though. Sometimes it happens. The warrior did not want to go down by any measure. Can you blame him? Yeah, some games are going to be a little bit of a dampener game, but the best we can do is just keep playing more of them, right? Because eventually we'll get a game with no dampener. Know what I mean? Alrighty, boys. Alrighty, good switch. Got ourselves Cobra over for team 1, alright to go. I love that whole mog, dude. The mask, the tier, especially the Dragonfly shoulders, I think in particular look really, really good in my opinion. Got us a Skedum on that team. We got us a Plush as well with Rick over, looks like first up. Yeah, he's juicing, dude. Look at the Rick juicing. Look at the Rick just cheesing. He's got himself so many pets. Sack is going to be the first one out. He's just setting the pets into whoever. It's not any of those guys. It's a feral. It's a feral. It's a feral. It's a feral. Rick. It's a feral. It's a feral. All those pets. All those pets. Yeah, none of them got any. Oh no, they do get a value. Look, they do get a value. You got to timer with them. Look. Holy, the cheese. The pet cheese is so good. Look at those fiends, man. He's fiending on Sack. Holy. Oh man. Yeah, he tried to have himself a really quick start. He didn't realize it was going to be in there, so he sent the pets immediately at anybody and everybody he could. Good thing the pets were able to turn around, at least get some damage towards the feral. It is so cheesy what you can do as a demonology, man. How you can like change talent, summon one pet, change talent, summon another pet, change, and just keep switching around and summon as many of them as possible. Then you go immediate tyrant to prolong those pets. And as long as you can send them to a target, it does a lot of extra damage, man. Man, I tried classic with step later too many years past. To some degree, I love classic side, but it is like, it does take a serious time investment that I usually do not have. Sack might just be done. Yeah, it is over. That is the cheese, dude. Feral, man. Sack. That was the top one, my guy. To be fair, Rick did end up kind of cheesing you out with so many demons. It's going to be a big port, even though you got an incap. Lemon Roll, try to see if you catch up to him mid a dark pack. Does he have any outs? Maybe a port. Got himself a trinket. Try to see if he can glide the hell out of dodge. That is a lot of pets attacking him. Does get himself a port, and there's going to be Lemon cut out the open by himself with all those demons. Trying to see if he can get on top of Rick really quickly. I think it just might be lights for Rick. Unless he can somehow get himself some... Yeah, it's over. That's just a lot of damage. Just a lot of damage with a quick touch of death. Demonology is insane. Yeah, it is a lot of damage. Those pets do a ton. Very strong. Lemon Roll up next. Got himself a couple of VFIs. Got himself a decent setup here behind the pillar. But Cobra, his back up to his... Actually, no. I was going to say back to his... Hellcaller ways, but I think he normally is a Hellcaller. I think most Demonology Warlocks have to be a Hellcaller, right? Just because they don't really get resources if they have to cast Immolation, but then anybody can interrupt that Immolation, and then you get no resources, no soul shards. Cobra chucking out a Chaos Bolt with the big crystal, just popping at the same time versus Lemon. Karma really early, does go for a defuse as well. When you defuse, you technically take less damage, and when you Karma a defuse damage, don't you actually reduce the damage you Karma back to the guy? Isn't that how it works? Technically it made your Karma weaker, right? Or am I wrong about that? Big stun. Cobra just needs one more bolt. I don't know if he's got one. Cataclysm. Does he have an execute? Lemon is in a bad spot. He literally does not have line of sight. He just have it to see if he can max range Cobra, but just a couple of casts and taking it. There's not much you can do with Bayek. Going to be up next. Immediately hit him with a slow. Bayek with a hand of freedom. You need to use a succubus in order to pull him away. That's exactly what you needed. Going to be an instant trinket. Cobra, unless you have himself a reflect, there's no way for him to stop the Hodge. You can port. He can at least port to a position. I don't think he can gateway anytime soon. So Morticore, though, is available. So you can always use that. Is going to need to use some kind of a heal. Laney Cracker, so you can establish some Bayek too. That's going to be helpful. Bonzafell is going to do a bit of decent damage. That is a full immunity to magic damage. So for Cobra, he needs to run. He needs to live. I don't know if he can get himself a heal. He got himself a Warlock House on really early. If you can somehow find a way to reflect the Hodge back at Bayek, he might be okay. He kind of basically needs to just predict it. Big succubus CC catches the guy for a moment, reflect up for a second in case Bayek is looking for a lockdown. That is waiting, so it makes sense for him to go for a proper Hodge there. Does go for a bit of a delayed Hodge, but mostly trying to avoid the succubus whenever possible. So the succubus might give Cobra a chance here. Gateway cooldown does come back, and Bayek with a Shield of Vengeance. Succubus pulling him back here for a second. For Cobra, he got himself a bit of damage to break through the shields of Bayek. Shadow Fury is going to give him a moment to get a bolt or two. That's definitely going to put pressure on Bayek. Getting super low. Might be a bubble. Lay on hands instead. He's still got a bubble in the back pocket, so he's perfectly okay. For Cobra, though, that's a fast-cast bolt with a Cataclysm and Incinerate to follow. You can get some damage in, but that... Oh, Bayek has got so much range damage. Full final wreck at the end, dude. There's just not much you can do. That is actually just like... I don't think there's a way to win that, actually. I don't think there's anything he could have done differently. Yo, what's up, my man? What's up, Nikolai? How you doing, my guy? Full stun onto Bayek. That is going to be a full combo. That's a block, right? That's a block. That's a block. It actually blocked right as the Frost Bomb exploded, so he actually was able to deny it. I wonder if the Frost Bomb got a crit there, if he would have died. Because that Frost Bomb, after they buffed it, hits for a lot of damage now. If he chatters, and if it gets like a really high roll crit, that could be a lot of damage on the go. Honestly. Can return to slow-paced games within the middle of school. Now I'll pass. I actually like slow pacing. I just needed to play the right RPG for that. Playing Baldur's Gate 3, I feel like that game has a, like, if you really play it, like, not speedrunning, it has a really nice slow pace that helped me appreciate that slow down. That actually helped me appreciate Classic tremendously. Like, it actually helps out. So, like, I feel like if you play the BG3, which is on sale, I think, for 20 bucks the other day, I think so. I could be wrong. Definitely would pick it up. Fantastic game. So much content. Patch 8. Wow. But definitely helped me appreciate like some of the slower paced RPGs. So like Classic, which is very much slower paced, and a very similar like, dice rolly where things can rail under this D&D style. Definitely helps you appreciate it. But it definitely is a lot of time commitment. Classic. I mean BG3 as well, but Classic definitely is a ton of time commitment. So that's like the hardest part for me right now. Breath out into Bayek. He does nothing. So for Jayhawk, he just needs to land some damage. But it looks like he doesn't really have any at the moment. Does need to give himself a bit of a reset here. With Bayek in a great spot right now, with dampening. Creeping up to 30%. Bubble Bob coming back up slowly but surely. And does get himself things like Shield of Vengeance coming up very, very soon. Frostbomb, this could be Jayhawk's potentially a big go. Unless Bayek gets some damage as well. Maybe a stun to follow. Does get a stun on Jay. Try to see if he can waddle out of that stun. I was going to say maybe survives that go. But for Jay, that is the perfect lockdown that he's looking for. That's exactly what he needed. Just trying to see if he can get the hell out of dodge. Waiting out for whoever's going to be up next. Is it going to be Mies? Looks like it is going to be the mage Mies up next. Frost versus Frost. Like the lore and the fact meme. BG3 definitely has quite a bit of like story stuff. I don't know about lore. No, D&D has a lot of lore. But like I think the story of itself was good. I enjoyed it. The chapters, all the story stuff, all the side character content, it was great. Definitely worth it. But in WoW, there's a lot of lore, but like it's also the stories that you make. And I feel like that's part of that fun, is the stories that you make along the way. But if you play Classic more than once to level the character, I feel like you can't really have too many new stories, right? It ends up being all about efficient leveling in a way, right? It just ends up taking a whole new form of its own. And I feel like that could also make it a little more difficult for people to really get into that, you know what I mean? Full stun lockdown onto Mies, trying to see if he can get himself big meteor, does not get a proper stun lockdown just yet. Mies taking hits after hits. But for Jay, he's actually in a great spot for a good moment here. It got himself a decent setup. No block though for either one, but both of them don't have cold snap. So it's actually kind of a bit of an even match. Mies picking up a breath, does not get himself a stun here. Still looking to get a proper shatter combo. Meteor does connect. Flares a huge, might be a block. Jay's in a bad spot. Does go for the block for Mies. Now he is in the advantage. Now he definitely has the leg up over the other mage. So I think he's going to be potentially the winner here. Technically, Jay can still turn this around. He just needs to get a block out of Mies. Breath is huge. Poly's fantastic. Got himself a Frost Bomb. That's going to be a huge combo. Mies is going to have to press something. That's going to be a blink immediately out of the stun. Shatter Flurry combos. Do this still work? Jay got himself lots of instant cast procs. Shields keeping him alive here. Mies with shifting power does get interrupted on it. That's going to be another poly attempt out for Jay. Is it going to be enough? Landing the poly. Another frost bomb. That could be massive. Means he's going to have to pop a cooldown here. Defensive might need to get used. Oh, Jay does bring it back. Me's trying to send globals offensively. I got punished for it. That is so good for Jay. Is Cal going to give him a chance here? Is he going to give him on a duel? He does have Cadam and Plush to get through, so might not be able to give him a chance. 46% dampen. He's like, you know what? I'm going to be put in a bad spot if I let him heal fully. I need to find a way. Like, if there's a chance for me to fight a hunter and a rogue to follow after a mage, I have to take him out now. So Jay, no hard feelings, man. No hard feelings, hopefully. With Plush going to be up next. I feel like for Caligorn, this is the worst matchup. Maybe... I mean, I think against Cadam, I think he's going to be able to live a little better versus Plush. That is a sub rogue, so maybe counter for counter. Assassination would have been a lot tougher, but sub may be doable. Maybe doable. Disarmament immediately for Plush. Disarm onto Caligorn as well. Trying to make sure the rogue doesn't have anywhere else to go, though. Try to stay on him as best as possible. He's going to get that rend, bleeds on him. So Plush is looking for an advantage just to get himself a proper clean reset. Caligorn might have to pick up the ice here. He knows that Plush is going to have to be nearby, right? He knows he's going to be nearby. He is bleeding out little by little. He got sprints. He's got saps. He got CC. That could be Zerkers out of Caligorn. Picking up the eye to make sure he can see Plush. He can see Zerkers. He sees you. Yeah, he sees a Kiddushot trade on the Stormbolt. Might not be the worst. Plush still trying to see if he can get himself a go, but for Caligorn now, he doesn't have to worry about the stun lockdowns really holding him back. He can play defensive. He can heal between the burst hits, between those big eviscerates, so he's okay. Blind could go for a leap. This is still see him charges. That charge, gouge to stop him in place. Doesn't even Zerkers rage out of that one, so he still got Zerkers in case he ever needs one. Vanish out for Plush, so that's another vanish. He doesn't have any more outs and still bleeding out profusely. This could be really bad for him. Sap, and the Zerkers out for Caligorn. But the bleed's also not on Plush. Maybe looking for a trinket here. Does Plush go blades? Does go for blades, but it's a little late, so he decided not against it. It's going to be a Stormbolt. Trinket for Plush. Evasion and a parry up for both of them. Do you get an out here? Or you... Caligorn did take a huge hit for damage, though. He did take a decent bit, so Gold Plush needs is just another lockdown. Spear, not gonna let him go anywhere. Yeah, that cloak ain't stopping that. He has to tussle with him. He has to CC him. Big demolish out for Caligorn. Does shatter defenses on Plush. Massive hit. And the blades finish him. Caligorn immediately with a rapid fire. But Caligorn kind of needs a volley. Volley, I think it's over. Yeah, black arrow taking him out. Look at that. Immediate black arrow just absolute shadow goes flying behind him. Ah, that's so good looking. That is tough. This is why I was like, maybe he would better for him to fight the Hunter. Because the Hunter is going to be rough in the higher dampening. I guess the Rogue is also going to be harder too, but I feel like he at least can match a Rogue if he has like at least a trinket or two. You know, like something, anything. Let's get another one going, boys, here, yeah? Plush and Johnny. Let me know when the boys, both boys are ready. Need one? Oh, we need one more for Johnny. Invite. We got a spot, boys. We got a spot. We got a spot, boys. LFG, Raids Legacy. Go, 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 go. If you want to join, go, 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 go. You gotta join up. You gotta join. And then Demon Hunter so far, we had one. We had Eloise. But Eloise was getting really unlucky matches. What's up, Parasite? Are you gonna be around for duels tomorrow? Because I'm gonna be messaging Chicago and Chill, see if they'll be around. I can't do both of you, boys. Oh, Sham, I would love to hit you in, but I can't do both of you. I only got spot for one, man. I cannot do both. I'll try to be there. Cool. Cool. We'll try to see if we can host some NA duels. Because last week we actually just couldn't get enough bodies and we called it. Actually had to call it. It was unfortunate. Get Sham is on. Sham is with Call of Duty though. Got one? Yeah, motherfucker to body, man. Bayek in his group? Oh, Bayek is in his group. Okay, convert to raid. Taranch. We'll get this guy. We'll get Taranch. Yeah, I can't take you both is a problem, boys. Decline invite. Okay, we got Bayek's friend then. I can only do one of you boys, so I'll do just the one. Lemon roll. Cool. Yeah. Okay, we'll do a grand. No grand. Is there no people again for night tomorrow? You can only do EU duels. That's what I was thinking. I was gonna write Chicago and Chills, see if they'll be around for tomorrow. Because if at least Chicago and Chills are there tomorrow, and then Parasite and a couple other regular homies, we can at least make like almost full 2 groups, and then we can get a couple more bodies, right? Because all we need, I mean, last week we just literally couldn't even get like 2 whole teams. Couldn't even get 2 teams of 4, right? So it was like, it was that dire of a situation. So tonight on EU though, I do want to see if we can play as many games as possible. Try to get as many of these, just in case tomorrow on NA just falls through, you know. Or if, let's say, for some reason we just cannot at all get enough bodies for NA, I might just take it easy. Okay, is that from him? Wait, you can roll for us. It's okay. I said it to him. Okay. Next time I'll just roll for both of you. Got it. All right, switch. Got ourselves Cobra over for the team 1, ready to go. We got ourselves not him first. It's going to be Rick. I think that's the first time Rick. No, last time we were good to go first. I was going to say, like, I feel like Rick usually has gone almost like dead last, if not like second to last a lot of the times, a lot of the duels, mostly from last week. Does get himself the whole army of demons, the triple threat from all those vile fiends, with Lemon trying to see if he can get back over to Rick. Oh, those pets are still in play though, some way, somehow. Lexi busy goes in for gate with a karma to reverse it. Rick just gotta live. Knock back into Leo. He just gotta hang out for a little bit longer. Wait until the karma is off. Is gonna separate the soul from the man's body to try to reduce some of the damage Lemon's got. Lemon got himself big Celestial Conti though. That is dampened quite a bit though. Not as much damage as potentially he could have gotten. With Rick trying to keep the pressure roll and then versus Lemon little by little, summoning a Doom Guard with the Shadow Bolts back to back. He's got himself Handigal done right after. Lemon left with not a lot of health to work with at all though. In cap right after. Trinket to follow for Rick. Oh! Woo-hoo-hoo! I was thinking Rick might have been done with. That's a touching death away. With Bayer gonna be up next. Rick, you got no health at all. How do you live this? I think it's over for Rick. Yeah, it's over. Nothing you can do about that one. That is unfortunate. This is gonna be Plush up next. Rick did have to go through a lot of cooldowns versus the monk, however, so he did put him on the back foot. And Bayek ain't giving these Warlocks a chance here, man. Ain't giving them Warlocks a chance. Quick gouge by the rogue, and look at that sprint, dude. Just escapes. Just Forrest Gumping it out of there, man. With Bayek waiting now for the go by the rogue. That's all he could do at this point. Just chill. Wait until the guy comes back around. Cheap shot does go for a Wake of Ashes, does get a dot onto Plus. Bayek though, getting hit by back-to-back eviscerates. Plus health is just absolutely plummeting, dude. With that Dawnlight with the Sun's avatar, Herald of the Sun just melts the shadows around this guy. First Warlock, now the Rogue. And it's just like, what do you do in that situation? And the thing is, it's so passive damage. Like, at least the hammer build, right? You have to build up, use the abilities, get the hammer going. But here, just Wake of Ashes, you get the Sun's avatar and the proc of Dawnlight on the target. That's it. They're just melting. It's happening. There's nothing you can do about it. Look at that. He's doing it again. He's got himself the dots. All Bayek gotta do is live. Just believe in the Dawnlight and live. Using one Dawnlight just to keep himself alive, and that's gonna help him out a lot too, because that's Dawnlight and an Eternal Flame. So that's keeping him nice and little hot to keep himself rolling here. Got himself lots of survivability with it. I think double Dawnlight himself. So he's got himself more of a longevity goal right now. It's still lots of damage out of the road. Get him buying so much super low. Might be looking for a bubble. Does get a bubble and vanish out of a push. That's exactly what it needed. Shadow Blade's coming up very, very soon. Bayek maybe has Lay on hands left as the only button that he can use, but no bop. He doesn't have bubble. So for Plush, this is a good go. The only thing he can do right now is get out of the stun easily. Starting up with high health would help. If he can meld the stun, that'd be huge. But he definitely got to make sure you get himself like a proper go versus Bayek. Full lockdown go. Rack ain't gonna help that. Stun ain't gonna help that. Plush is definitely gonna be on the back foot and he's blinded. So all he can do is just feint, sippy cup, and just hope he lives for a little bit. At some point he just has to have a gun. Or he just melts to the dot. He might just melt to the dot though. This is brutal. Look at this. Blinded right after. Cheat death to follow. He got advantage for defenses. He's got advantage for a shield, dude. He has to. Oh my god. That Dawnlight, dude. As soon as it's on you, it's over. Who in Blizzard's mind thought, yeah, let's buff Dawnlight by 50% and Sun's Avatar too? Oh my god. Pallies, you guys are back. Just gotta, you guys are just so Flex your Warlocks with a two-handed sword though. That's all you are. You are like a dot class. Yeah, you know, Pharaoh bleeds. That's you, but with Dawnlight. It is hilarious. Actually hilarious. This bike just continued to hammer away at that pet. He actually died at the pet, so I think eventually will melt. I think we'll eventually die. Cobra switching things up a bit. He's a Diablos this time around, not a Hellcaller. That's gonna be interesting. Dropping down Big Bolt. That is gonna get a bunch of pets summoned in. Fear right after. Just trying to see if he can keep the pressure rolling in. Let's see if the double bolt combo. That is gonna be a stun. Mad damage to the Bayek. Let's try to see if he can back up out of the Infernal. What are you doing? Why is the Infernal chasing everybody else on this team? Also Succubus. What is happening? Yeah, okay, pulling pets back. Got it. Nice, nice. Is the other guy? Is the Infernal still? Oh, yeah. At least it's given, you know what? At least Infernal is giving Cobra a lot of resources over there, right? That pulses around that 3-target team. That's giving him a lot of soul shards, at the very least. So, yeah, it's super unfortunate. Hopefully, Arator will end up popping a couple of heals for you guys. Yeah, hopefully, okay, never mind. Meeks got food. Or, Meeks got food. I keep calling him Meeks. It's Meeks. Cobra trying to see if he could predict the highs with a reflect. Mortal right after. Does he have double bolt? That's going to be a big Tyrant combo. Big damage, Shadow Fury. Big bolt to follow. Oh, that bolt does it. That last bolt does it with me trying to see if he can get himself a setup. Immediate freeze onto Cobra. Dropping down Meteor. Comments. Everything available on him immediately. Dark back for Cobra to try to live the damage. That's going to trip down Shadow for a second. That is a Ray of Frost. He's just continuing to pummel Shatter damage into Cobra. Got himself ultra in case he needs to. Succubus catching Meese for a second. Has a trinket in case he needs to. Real quickly, has a trinket in case they ever needs to. That's going to be a full on shifting power for him as Cobra looking to get himself potentially a bit of a reposition behind the pillar, sitting down, chowing down for some food. Ring of Frost on one side, Blizzard on the other. He's just stuck back there, dude. He's, you know, he's stuck in a snowstorm. You got literally raining cats and dogs from left and right, but he's just chowing down, man. Chowing down from Meese. That is an opportunity to at least also get himself a bit of a reset as well. So the both of them are in a good spot. With Cobra trying to see if he can mosey the Succubus over, but pulling it back last second. I think he's just trying to see if he can get himself a good angle. Is going to make sure you get himself full fresh health stones. Do you get more of them though? It looks like you still get only 2 charges though. I'm not sure actually. For me, he's in a situation where I think he's just going to wait for Cobra to come to him. Peel around the corner. He knows there's going to be Succubus, so he's got to just chill behind the pillar, I think, until the Succubus goes in for an attack. But for him, going down the middle like this, he could always get caught. That's the problem. So I think he's going to have to be very, very careful. Succubus is in the middle of the arena. Perfect spot. Meese is going to get caught out. For Cobra, that's an opportunity to have a go. Trinket out for Meese. Immediate blink away with shifting power to follow. Is this where maybe you follow up? The problem is Cobra also has a lot of mobility around that pillar. He's got ports. He's got gates. You can drop like a big Blizzard Frozen Orb combo to at least put some pressure. Corbett does back away from the pillar, maybe puts him in a better spot for Meese to deal with. Fear, Chaos Bolt, if that's a double bolt in particular, that'd be brutal. Into an Infernal. Second bolt is a double. That is a quick one. Meese does go for a quick. Greater Invis just to escape that really, really quickly. Cataclysm around the corner does connect. Bonds of Fell, maybe. Yeah, and with those pets, Icefall. Not giving Cobra much of an opportunity to open up from the right-hand side, so he has to go left-hand side. For Meese, at least he could always reposition and could drop down the wall in case he used to walk. That is a block. Well done, well done. But now you're behind on one of the blocks. You have a second one in case you need to, but right now just looking for the full reset. Right now I think it's a bit of a tough match here. Oh yeah, you're dueling? Yeah, we are, man. We're Shaman Sabata duels? What do you mean? Shaman's, we've seen Shamtard join these a couple of times, dude. Shamans could do well. Not always, but they sometimes could do well. Grave for you was doing really, really well earlier in this week's season. There's going to be a couple of sins. I think it's over for Meese. Does get hit with a fear, Cobra. That bolt ain't connecting, unfortunately. Meese looking for a bit more cooldown reduction. Second block still available. Could use it to either immune damage. I think it's over, yeah. That sucked, but that Chaos Mother joining in and just barreling down all that fell. Nothing you could do about that, honestly. It's just tough. Is it Arathor up next? Or is it going to be Caligorn? What have you guys got to do next, yeah? Is that the Holy Flame enchant? That's from season 1, right? Pretty sure. Wall out for Cobre. Does get hit with a shockwave for a second. Got himself a stun onto Caligorn. Looking for bolt one. It's going to be a bit of a parry for Cal. So he's okay. He's doing alright for now. He's got himself Fear to follow off of that stun. Big Demolish to follow. Cobre might be in a lot of trouble. Does go for a quick kill. Mortical is available. He needs to get himself a proper lockdown into Caligorn. Mortical reflected back at you though. I think it just lights here. I think it's over. Oh my god. Caligorn does get one, but his Canem is going to be up next. Botting shot. You can't stop it. That is a lot of damage you're taking to the face though. Unless you can go for like a Battle Master Trinket, there's a lot of health you're taking in damage. I think it's done, yeah. Yeah, that is tough. That is tough. Man. With Canem trying to see if he can get himself a bit of a reposition versus Arator. Just got to get himself that good angle. For Arator, he's got to go through 2 here. Canem and Jay, which is not going to be easy. Silence immediately, just getting barreled down by those rapid fires. Immediately breaking through that Shield of Vengeance, and it's going to be instantaneous damage into a laying hands out for Arator. Nothing he can do right now but hide behind the pillar and potentially even hold on to the bubble very, very closely. That is going to be a freeze with a knock. Does give Canem an opportunity to get himself a good angle. Stun right after, and that was the shortest stun in the world. I think Arator maybe jumped. Is that what happened? Might have been, because it didn't look like he went too far to break the tether. You know what I mean? This is going to be a wall out for Arator, or bubble out for Arator. So for Canem, this is a great situation to be in, actually. He's in a good spot. Arator is just going to have to wait out until the country eventually shows their face, but the angles are going to be rough. Aim shot to follow, rapid fire right after. If he angles a volley in a good spot, aim shot, it connects. Oh, it connects. Oh, that is rough. 2 for Canem, 2 for Cobre, 2 for Bayek. Well done, boys. Well done. Hell yeah. Let's get us another one going, yeah? Uno más. Boys. Flush and Johnny, let me know when you guys are ready. We got another one going. Chicago that joined recently, specifically Shaman, got a lot worse. Is that what Chicago said? Yeah, I guess to be fair, there was not that many hit with Shamans, but yeah. Yeah, I felt like they had the primordial big burst setup, and they're like, alright, let's nerf it. And it's like, what? Really? They just get much survivability, I think. I don't know, I got Shamans down a lot with Maroga. He could definitely be tough. Hunters go on to me. Yeah, fail. All good, man. Can't win them all. Chicago's an amazing Shaman dueler. Chicago is an amazing Shaman dueler. Yeah. There's not a lot of Shamans, but Chicago's definitely good. Sham, I think, is also really good. Are we good for both teams? We're good. Okay, we should send another. Let's do... We did in a grand. What arena have we not done? Oh. Perfect. Got one. I got one, boys. Missing my creamer. Definitely need that in my life. We'll let you know. Alrighty, let's get ourselves another one going, boys, yeah? Uno más. How many more do we want to do? Is this the last one for the night? Or do we just keep going after this? I'm also wondering if we'll get like patch notes for class tuning this week, or if they're just gonna not do any of that. That gear juice will be getting soon, by the way. It's gonna be nice. I'm super excited about that. Twitch. Got ourselves Cobre over for the team one ready to go. We got ourselves Jayhawk Wizard. First one up here is Frosty versus Leo. Johnny and Jay gonna have to be first up and running, dude. Hopefully you're enjoying your monk, by the way. Johnny. I'm glad you're switching and giving the DK a bit of a breather. I think it's healthy. I think it's good. Until the fixed frost DK, I think it's very, very good. Got himself a big in-cap. Maybe he can get himself a decent setup here. Got him some big damage potentially. Breath to follow by Jay. It's going to be Leo trying to see if we can get himself some cooldowns rolling in here. But it's a full lockdown. Full stun. Wait, no, we're trinket. For Jay, this could be massive. Wait, Jay. No, not quite. It doesn't get the frost bomb burst fast enough. The karma reverses the damage back to Jay. Maybe looking potentially using a block here, but just trying to use mobility to escape a lot of the 11 rolls damage here, man, as much as possible. Is going to get himself a big group position. Monk is under a bit of pressure, does get himself a massive port, and Jay looking to get himself way over there to the guy as quickly as possible. Got himself those instant cast procs too, which is massive. Breath to follow him with the frost bomb right after. Got himself a big combo. Maybe this would be a no. Big shatters. Oh, the stun into frostfire bolts, man. How do you beat that? Problem is you can't. That's the problem. Arator going to be up next. Immediately getting hit with a freeze. That's going to be a frost bomb on him with a knockdown right after. Not in a great spot. Rushing over to catch up to Jay as soon as possible. Shield of Vengeance is keeping him nice and healthy. That is going to be Rare Frost to slow down a lot of that walking though. With a full immunity to magic damage. But might be in a bit of a rough spot right now. As Jay is going to catch himself a quick and biz. That is a full reset for the both of them. As Jay gets a bit of a breather. Can reposition. Get on a good spot. Right into all those tons of combos and all that already. And for Arator, waiting his own through time as well. Blade's Edge, dude, still a lot of people don't enjoy Blade's Edge. They're still bored too, it's still busted, it doesn't work. Look at that bridge. I haven't seen this one in solos in such a long while too. I feel like the only map I get in solos is Carnage, which I'm, like, the more I play it, the less I like it. And Tolveron, I get Tolveron a ton too. I wish it was a bit more variety. Like, give me a Black Cold, give me a Tiger's Peak, right? Give me some of those. Lances out for Jay back to back, and Arator trying to see if he can just keep waddling towards Jay. He's just going to continue blasting him out with a bunch of damage. Hand of Freedom to follow. Ring of Frost right after. Does end up getting the freeze. This is where you go for a setup. Frost Bomb. Does have a knockback, sending the guy flying for a second here. Into a Ray of Frost, looking for the Shatter combos. The Shatter combos are just not connecting though. Arator got a decent bit of self-healing, but the Shatter combos are definitely not making a connection there at all. And the Dawn Light, if Arator can get more Dawn Light dots onto Jay, he's going to be in a great spot. That's all he's got to do is get a couple of those here and there. As Jay got himself a bit of the range, got himself maybe a block, possibly. Trying to go for a poly. You can go for a Snowdrift Stun. That is still a lot of raw dot damage you're taking. I don't know if you want to do that. Yeah, I think you block it. That's, look at that Dawn Light, dude. By the time Jay was just like, all right, I got a decent setup. Maybe I can make some kind of a go. Oh, I don't mind my hold bar. With that Dawn Light, ain't looking that good. Breath to follow. Ooh, you can still make it happen. I think I just go in there at some point. But I think that poly might have been DR'd. I think that's why he didn't do it. Does get himself a nice little pop with a frost bomb, but he's gonna have to wait until that thing is back up and available. Greater Invis for just a second just to get away from Arator, as well as reduce some of the damage taken. Could be anywhere. I think he's trying to see if he can get himself some kind of a position here. He won't be able to go for bread just yet, but a polymorph, yeah. Bubble most likely out of Arator, unless Shield of Vengeance, keeping him alive there just fine. He's okay. He's gonna live. He's gonna be able to survive it, at least for the time being. Does get a download onto Jay. Those downlights for the pally is exactly what you need. You need some healing. Bubble right after. That is gonna be still downlight burning through those shields and a health bar. Jay got him some movement while shift power is active. This is gonna be okay for a decent bit here. And Arator trying to see if he can get himself a bit of a hopefully better position here, if at all possible. Got himself Hand of Freedom stolen, slowing down Arator. At least he got lots of mobility. Frost Bomb, looking for a stun. Breath, I think you just gotta go for a stun combo. I think you just gotta make it happen. Does get stun reversal. Massive Meteor ult. Oh! That Meteor shattered together with a Frost Bomb did exactly the amount of damage and the right crit modifier to it. That is perfect. That was great. With Jay gonna be under a ton of pressure from Bayek though. He does have a second block in case he needs it. But he's going to have to be very, very careful. He's going to have to land more of those Snowdrift Stunlock combos to get cooldown slowly but surely out of Bayek. I think is what he's got to do. Breath. Poly is going to be meter trinket stun. Blink out for Jay. So no more trinket. Bayek is going to have to bubble this next combo. If Jay plays it correctly, Bayek will have to guarantee bubble this next combo. Jay got himself blocked in case he at all needs it. He's still taking damage from around the pillar though. Does get a full freeze. I think you just have to have a go now. Breath, stun, meteor, everything. You just try to see if you can get a trinket or something out of the guy. No, can't get a trinket, bubble maybe. It is going to be spell warden. With Jay trying to see if he can back up out of there. Does get himself a reposition at the very least. For Bayek, that is one less immunity gone. Still bubble is available. Blink is still up for the heart, so he's okay. Shields are still holding on strong. Barely, but they are holding on strong. Try to go for a poly. Maybe looking for a block here. Yeah, might not be the worst idea, honestly. Might not be the worst. But it's true, I've literally never got Blade's Edge in any of my arena games. It's been a while, man, since I've seen Blade's Edge. I used to get in season 1, but I think ever since it kind of broke the map. There's also a lot of players that complain about this map because it has been buggy for many. Not for me. I don't know what bugs players have experienced, but apparently back at season 1, players really hated that map. Really didn't like it. I would see tweets about it all the time, constantly, to ban Blade's Edge. So I think they'll listen to the community. It's like, all right, we're just gonna clear it out. Bayek does need a couple more hammer throws there to finish it off, but he does end up getting it. As long as Bayek holding on to a bubble and not letting the not letting Jay get the bubble for any reason whatsoever, he's in a good spot. Like, he literally has that like advantage at all times, so Jay never can really fully commit, right? So he's always gonna be in like losing situation unless he can get a bubble out of the guy. Get him just going for the big volleys. Bayek can't do anything. He's getting hit with a chimera poison. Can't even approach Get him whatsoever. What is this slow he's got going on the guy? What is this slow? That was like an 80% slow. What is? There's no way that's concussive shot, right? What is that? Bayek is just dead unless he bubbles. He has to bubble. He has to bubble and just try to see if he can potentially get a go versus Get him. He just got to make sure that Dawnlight is on the guy. Stun lock him, make sure the Dawnlight is on him for as long as possible. All you gotta do is also avoid these traps if you can. Not gonna be easy. Rapid fire around the corner for Kedem. Does he have a volley? If he does, this is gonna be massive. Body shot? Does Bayek get tethered? No. No, he is. Yes, he is. Never mind. Yes, he is. Freezing trap right next to the guy. That is unfortunate. Does break out of it. Huge Dawnlight onto Kedem. This is a little more damage. Volley while he's behind the pillar. Can't stop him. One more hit. Both of them need one more hit. Wall out for Kedem. He needs one more shot. Aim shot. It might be it. Oh, this is one more. Turtle. It is one more. Bayek, how are you alive? Sitting down for food. Freezing trap behind him. Don't move. You're okay. Is that Camo? That is Camo. Bayek is looking for the recovery. This is so close. Get him sitting down for food. He sees him. He sees him getting all that food. But he's also going to go for a reset as well. Both of them got the reset, and Bayek, I think, is the one who really needed that reset. Shield dividends going back up. No bubble, no bop. Maybe a lay on hands can be used here. He's going to pick up the eye. No, he actually decides against it. As long as Kedem has the max range onto Bayek, he's in a great spot. I think it just might be all for Bayek. Shield dividend is barely keeping him alive. Volley, but I think it's over. Yeah. Man, dude, that volley just allows you to not have a line of sight to work with at all. Mies is going to be up next, trying to get stunned up. It's going to be a stun either way though. Kedem, unless you can get himself an interrupt onto one of the frosty spells, Mies I think is going to be in a good spot. Kedem needs to get a kick or something. That's about all he can do. He got no health. Silence for a second, trying to get aim shots, but it's going to be Common Storm and Meteor down behind the pillar. Nothing he can do about it. That is so rough. That is so rough. Rick Meister going to be up next. Immediately going to be Mies trying to see if he can put some pressure. Stun instantly onto Rick. That's going to be Pets joining in. The Axe Toss is trying to stop Mies' best as possible. Mortal Call is going to go for the block. For Mies though, at this side dampening, we have 48% dampening, and I don't think you're going to be able to get a lot of health out of this one. Man, one hit? Yeah, one more, man. One more is all he needed. One more. It was so close though. Yeah, I think he did as good as you could have played, man. I don't think you could have played that better, honestly. Yeah, and Rick doesn't even get a lockdown onto Mies. Full Axe Toss. Taking him out. Alright, Caligorn. You're the last one left from Team 2. 9 minutes into the match. Almost 10. 51% dampening. You got a Warlock, Rogue, and another Warlock to get through. Not the easiest matchup at all, but I think maybe doable. Demonology, though, very tough. Got himself a charge. Maybe a leap. Maybe charge around the corner. Does get a charge. Reflect up in case there's a Mortal Cold. Got himself a Blade Storm to follow. Rick trying to see if he can jump down. Does he have a port back up top? I don't think he does. He does not. He has a port on this side, but not up top. So Spear does actually connect with Rick, but it doesn't pull him in. Huh? And look, there was definitely a tether chain between Rick and the spear, but it just didn't yoink him in. Did it like port it as he got hit or something? Or is it just like a visual glitch? Might have been just a visual thing, honestly. Stone onto Rick, got him to reflect for a second. Tyrant is coming out, trying to see if you can take it. Hold on, just sees one good hit, does take it with Cobra. They're going to be up next. I feel like if it was a rogue or the other guy gave him like an honor duel, maybe there would be some way for Calgon to win. I don't know if he can win against Cobra. He is a Diabolist, so he's not a Hellcaller. He doesn't have that Instacast dot. But he does have Mortal Coil. And an Infernal. And an Succubus. And Instacast. And a Trinket. I just don't know how Calgon can win this. Yeah, I kind of expected something like that. That is not easy. As much as I wanted for Calgon to get some kind of a victory out of it, it's just, I don't think there's a way. Sometimes when there's a will, but there's just the game says no. Alright, do we want to do another one, boys, or are we done for the night? Let me know. If you still got groups and you guys want to keep playing, we can keep going. Or if you guys are Dunsky, we can call it there too. That works for me. Because I am getting hungry. Took a wrong custom from Corbett. All good, all good. Yeah, I do know that Warlocks apparently do have some bugginess when they take another Warlock's Hellstone. Yeah. So I feel that. Green one for some reason. Yeah. Couldn't use it. Yeah. Yeah, there's a bugginess going on with the Warlocks. They basically cannot take each other's Hellstones either using that red Hellstone. Need one now? Johnny needs one. Okay. Wait, what? Another for Toxic, but need one. Okay. We got spots. We need one for both teams. One for both teams. One more. One more for the road, boys. One more for the night. We got a spot. Got a spot. One for each team. If you guys want to join, we got a spot, one for each team. Real quick, one more for the road. One more for the night. I can get Drudy on one and Sham on the other. We could do that. If Sham and Drudy is still around. Ready? Alright, Plush got one, so he's good to go on his side. Is Drudy ready? Need an invite? Hold on. Can invite. There we go. Inviting Drudy. Inviting Judy. You are good. Bike, you're good as you are, friend. Thank you for joining us. I appreciate you. Super fun having you here. Alrighty, this is the last one for the night, boys. I'm gonna send you guys into a... What haven't I done? Lordaeron? Yeah, we haven't done Lordaeron, so let's do Lordaeron. Yeah. Alright. Alright, boys. Here we go. Last one for the night. Give it your all, give it your best. I want to see some fantastic plays. I want to see some clean goes. I want to see some drama in the dueling arena. I want to see a story be told tonight on the floor of Lordaeron, which I actually like this map. Actually, I don't get this map a lot, but last time I got it, I was in the game with Van Rookie. He popped off. He did a lot of damage. There was somebody in the team that I think was lacking. Me and this warrior, though, I think it was the hunter on Van Rookie's team. Me and this warrior just shrugged that guy so hard. It was nuts. Alrighty, let's get us another going. Good Twitch. Got ourselves Colbert first up and running over for the team one. We got Jayhawk Wizard in the back. We got ourselves Plush, Rick, as well as Toxie. Hopefully Toxie actually gets a chance to play, dude. Give Toxie a chance to play, man. Mies is going to be first up over for the team two. Castle versus Castle. Colbert immediately with the reflect up as Mies just trying to continue the shadow combos behind the pillar, leaving Blizzards. That's going to be almost an interrupt out for Mies. Immediate blink out of that Infernal. Colbert trying to be very, very careful with his kicks. Ray of Frost behind the pillar, can't stop it. Does it up walling this really early on though. That's a really aggressive wall. Mace got himself ultra, so he's perfectly fine. With the succubus catching it, Chaos Bolt 1, as long as you're going to get double bolted, blocks it. So these two are just going immediately for big defenses super early on. Kobe just using that block to try to build up some resources off of. Poly, but I think he broke it immediately or something. Or trinketed. I think he just sort of trinketed. I think that's what happened. Me's got himself shadow combos versus Cobra. Does land himself a quick interrupt, drain life. Does a back away from the meteor comes from combo. Is going to be Me's continuing just to keep the slows onto Cobra. If he's going to be behind the pillar, it's just going to make his stay behind those pillars a little bit more difficult, a little bit more tedious. Trying to go for a bolt is going to connect. Me's could be in a bad spot. Second block is available, but Cobra catching a quick shot of burn, just extinguishing that light really quickly. With Rick going to be up next. Wait, Rick? Wait, no, not for some reason I thought Rick and Cobra were in separate teams. I was about to be excited. I was going to be like, whoa, Rick and Cobra, that's the same team. I saw him rolling out like he's getting ready. Although I do like how you have like your... What is this? Is this like anti-paparazzi style, like anti-flash umbrella looking thing going on? I don't... Why are you crouched like this? What is causing you to be crouched like that? What is that? There gotta be a toy, right? He's like in a battle ready stance, dude. He's ready to go. Judy's gonna be up next. Caster versus Caster. Having to put up dots on his succubus. Problem with Boomkin, you are a humanoid technically. Normally when you're cat form, bear form, you're a beast. So succubus can't hit you with a seduce. But when you're Boomkin, you are a humanoid. What are those trees doing? Trees? Hello? What are they doing? At least they're moon firing. But like they're just AFKing over there. What is happening? Judy was not really able to get himself proper go with the trees because the auto attack damage is quite a decent bit. Does get him so quick clone onto Cobra. Looking for a regrow, just spamming those succubus, catching them for a quick second. That's going to be immolate out of Cobra. He's going to get himself a good setup here. If you're onto Judy, bolt to follow, bolt combo. Does get himself a massive bolt combo with a chaos mother just barreling down all that chaos right at Judy. He got himself defensive, offensive power technically. He got himself convoke. As long as Corbett doesn't get some kind of interrupt on the Convoke, he might be okay. Succubus can no longer stop you. I think for Judy, he might just have to go big Convoke here. Pop all cooldowns, Convoke, mad damage. I think he might just have to do it. Tackling, looking for survivability. Trick it out for Cobra. Just try to see if you can just muscle in some pressure. Silence out of Cobra. Try to go for a Convoke last second, or maybe just flap. No, I think it was just a flap. But does end up getting burnt out with those chicken feathers. That is tough. But Cobra is hanging on and just keeping on for the time being. Just holding on and keeping the pressure on everybody here for now. Maybe Lemon can turn this around with Leo trying to get himself an attempt here. Cobra does get himself another wall. Used it very aggressive versus the burst of Lemon. This is trying to see if he can keep the cast rolling in. Does pick him up with Warlock Hellstone, but might be in a bit of trouble. I think it's just over. Lights, yeah, touch of death. Nothing you can do. Once you get locked down by a monk of them, knocked up in the air as a caster who needs to cast all his spells that doesn't have any more instants, it is tough. Toxie is going to be getting in there though, picking up some dot damage versus Lemon. Does he get himself a proper setup with a big Kingsbane though, big Envenoms? Hopefully he does. Hopefully he does. It is going to be in cap for a second. Toxie trying to see if he can get himself a bit of a death mark. That could be a potentially big combo. Shiv and everything is available. Cheap shot right after. Massive Envenom. Does he get a second one? Needs another one? Does he get another one? I think I was second. Oh, the dot damage with those Envenoms does him in, and it's going to sprint out of there. Running right into the bush to fade away and back into the shadows. Caligorn, second to last over for that Team 2. Team 2 is getting picked apart a little by little. For Caligorn, he's got to find a way to secure a victory though. I think he might be able to though. He might be able to. You just gotta find a way to fight through a rogue. Hopefully get a good matchup with like maybe a Jayhawk and just avoid him. Rick would be a tough one, that's for sure. Disarm onto Toxie. Caligorn does get hit with disarm as well. He uses to a spear to keep Toxie in place. He does go in for a smoke. Gouge for a second. Kidney shot to follow up. Caligorn holding on to a trinket for the time being. Toxie does get himself a decent setup with an Venom. No cold blood though. No cold blood. I don't know if he's got himself big cold blood setups. There's gonna be another stun trinket to follow. I think it's just lights though. I think the bleeds are gonna catch up with you. Yeah, nothing he can do. Well done for Cal. Toxic played really well, but well done for Cal. Blush is up next. If Caligor plays the super carefully, he might be okay. This could be, I think, one of the better matchups for him. Sub Rogue is not easy for a warrior. But a sub-rogue at least has like moments where they do damage, but as long as... No, he's assassination. Never mind. That's actually the worst for him. That is actually the worst. Because the blades, he can't stop the damage. Sub-rogue, at least you can like trinket the right cooldowns and like prevent some of the damage. But he's got some damage to Blush though. He's got some meaty big caliber mortal strikes. Get a shot onto Cal. And both Blush and Cal are super, super low. Blush is very, very low. He got evasion, Cloak of Shadows. There's someone to Cal, but he's just plummeting. Unless he can land the kill right here, he will die to those blades. He's trying to see if he can finish it up real quick. Does he get one more? Gouge for a second for Blush. Takes it. The enemy team is not giving him a chance to honor duel. That is going to put him in a bad spot. Trying to see if he can catch up to Rick. If he can just keep Rick CC'd, that could be helpful. Blaze Storm, trying to see if he can stay on him as best as possible, avoiding the main big pet stun. If he can just stay on top of Rick and just get some healing, get an interrupt, does not get an interrupt. He needs a heal, he needs a fear, he needs something, anything. I don't know if you'll be able to do much. Demolish on the main pet, but yeah, that's about all he can do is turn around and use Demolish on that pet. Bayek is the last one on Team 2. Bubble, Bob, Spell, Warden, Lay on Hands might be able to give you like a way to get out of here. You just gotta make sure to give the Dawn Light into Rick and avoid the pets as best as you can. I don't know if you'll be able to. Wake of Ashes technically can stun all those pets. But you gotta make sure to get those Dawn Lights onto Rick. That Dawn Light might be it actually. That Dawn Light might just do it. He does go for the wall. Full defense. Try to go for a fear. But Bayek does catch him in a stun. I don't think there's anything you can do. Axe Toss as he tries to get a cast off into a fear. Shield of Vengeance to keep him alive. J-Hook is gonna be up next. So Bayek hopefully can follow up. And Rick is gonna die to the Dawn Light, I think. Oh yeah, he does die to the Dawn Light. Immediately Jane's gonna hit him with a breath. Bayek, this is all on you. Palace have got buffed up. This is your time to shine, my man. Lay on hands as Jayhawk trades with an Ultra. Dampening not super high, so he's able to keep himself afloat here, but does get that range. Hand of Freedom, Jay gotta steal that freedom as soon as he can. Stun. He knows that Jay's gonna go for a blink. I'm literally turning my camera more or less exactly where Jay's gonna go, dude. I already know. Bayek is aware of it too. Bubbles it. That is a bit of a rough spot. Regenerate will help you reset, but bubbling without being able to stay offensive is good, I think, put him behind. That's what I think he needed there, is a bubble to stay aggressive. But he was going for a complete reset. Ray of Frost was going to catch him. There was no other option. He had to go for a bubble. His first aid is helping out quite a decent bit. Blizzards are going to be able to stop a bit of it. Right now, I think thanks for Games Dollar. Thanks for coming by, Kendall. I appreciate you, my man. Appreciate you, my guy. Always fun having you here. For right now, for Jayhawk, it's just going to be a bit of a tough spot to be in, though. Just a bit of a toughie. He does get hit with a dot. For Bayek, you just got to keep the Dawn Lights on Jay the entire time. Maybe you can Shield of Vengeance go, because this could be a very, very deadly setup. Oh, the Shatters. Oh, you're hoping for a low roll and Shatters. Shield of Vengeance to keep yourself alive. Blind does go for a block. Bayek needs to make that Dawn Light stick on Jay. You got to maximize that uptime of Dawn Light. Searing Glare does not connect. Nope, he was able to avoid it. Bayek needs to get up close. Wake of Ashes, Dawn Lights need to appear. Yep, one Dawn Light. Use a Dawn Light on himself by the looks of it. But you gotta get a second one onto Jay and make it last. Because that dot damage is how you win. The shields are only gonna be able to hold him off for so long. You also need to have a way out on the next combo. Next combo stun set up by Jay, you have a trinket for it. He's not even gonna go for a stun. So Bayek has to go for a trinket. Ray of Frost, he can't stop it. Does at least max range it. Next time though, that stun, you're not going to be able to stop it. You got to pre-shield of Vengeance. That's all you can do. Or you got to stay super hyper aggressive with Jay. Get some dot damage going. You just got to live a little longer. Invis for Jay to give himself some defense. Bayek, oh, so close, man. So close. Almost brought it back. Kobe picking up 2. With Caligorn also picking up 2. And everybody got a chance to play with that one. That is one of my favorite duels, is when everybody gets a chance to play, man. Big fan, chat. Big fan. Wait, CP's messaging me? Sure thing. I don't know what CP messaged me a sure thing for. Alrighty, boys. We'll call it there. I think we had fun over on the EU. Haven't we? Super fun hanging out with you guys. Super fun having all of you here. Tomorrow, we're going to try to get some groups on the NA. I'm going to message all the other regular homies. Try to see if I can get some bodies ahead of time. If for some reason we can't do an A duels, like if it just doesn't look like we're gonna have enough bodies for tomorrow, then I'll just figure something out. Это было last, да, это было last. Это было last. Мне нужно поесть что-то. GG's everybody, thanks for the matches. Thanks for joining, boys. I appreciate you. You guys are wonderful, beautiful. Кобре, когда думаешь, как игра вернется нам? Потому что мы скучаем на Кагаре. Нужно его и другие русские ребята здесь. Caligorn, next week I'll make sure to message you when we get duels going. Now that I have you noted. We'll see. Никогда он не HC, но он уже играл HC. Он все играл и проиграл все HC. Давным-давно. У него что? Не надоело? Или что? Hardcore boy at the moment. Yeah, like he's been playing hardcore for a while. He's already had his whole like big journey on hardcore. Doesn't he get tired of it after a while? Because he's already did everything he could, right? Only classic. Only classic. Крагара чисто. Hardcore пацан. Бросил актуал. Он будет играть мап или что? Подарю у него. Он будет или нет? Ну, нужно баф. Ну, им нужно баф в Warrior. Может тогда вернется в актуал. Посмотрим. Посмотрим. Нормально, что у нас все еще команды есть на Европе. Ну, европейские игры. EU дуэли. Ну, это в Европе. Так. Русские тоже. Ну, вся это региона. Тоже буду... Подарю тоже. Я не знаю, если я хочу, но я не знаю, если... Я попытаюсь играть Подарю. Посмотрим. Посмотрим. Я подарю бета сейчас. Anyway, thank you so much for coming by. Appreciate you. Grain, I'll message you next week. And Cobra, I'll also message you next week if you guys want to join us. We're doing more next week. We'll see if we get some duels going over for the NA tomorrow. But thank you, Plush. Thank you. Go tomorrow if you can, NA. We got tomorrow. No, Plush, would you actually be down? It'd be at like 5 p.m. It'd be at 5 p.m., man. We could do another round of EU if you guys wanted to. Like, if I can't get a homies for NA going, we could do another round of EU. You know what? If we do another round of EU tomorrow, I'll probably try about same time tomorrow, okay? I might try doing more EU games tomorrow if I can't get bodies for NA. I'm gonna send some messages tonight, and if I don't get much, we might do an EU again tomorrow. Just letting you guys know. So, chat, there's a good chance maybe more EU games tomorrow at the same time. Okay? Alright? So, be ready. Yeah, catch me on BNet. Yeah. So, Кобре, Грейн, может завтра больше европейские игры? Или в Европе всего завтра? Потому что если я не могу группы в Америке, потому что после недели не так много было людей, завтра может быть, да, думаю, в Европе. Если завтра будет, потому что я сегодня напишу друзьям американским, спрошу, если будет на дуэли завтра. Если немного... Если только... Если у меня... Как его? Я не знаю, как по-русски сказать. I'm gonna write them, right? I'm gonna write with my NA homies. Если они не... If they don't write me back, if we don't get enough bodies, может быть EU. Maybe EU. ПВП умер. Не умер в Европе. Это только в Америке. Gotcha. Хорошо. Have you come out of the closet yet? Me? What? Huh? Have you, Drojik? That's like a lot of left field. Huh? Never. Stay in there, man. Stay in there. Hold strong. That's commitment. You know what? Actually, that does show commitment. The commitment is strong with this guy. Alrighty, let's save this one. 610, beautiful. That was super cool. You guys are cool, man. You guys are cool. Anyway, I'm gonna go. I got food to eat. I got some work to do. All that. I got a lot of projects I gotta work on. I wanna... Chat, I've been trying to figure out a way so I can get enough projects done. Just enough projects to work on. So I can finally play some Oblivion. I've been trying to find time to play some Oblivion. I wanna roll around in Tamriel for a couple of hours, for a day. I can't find the time. I got 11.15 is out and there's so much stuff to work on. There's so much to cover. There's so much to talk about. And they keep putting up more stuff. They did a whole housing thing. So I'm like, all right, another one on the list. I have like a whole list of things I gotta do. And it keeps growing as they add more stuff in. I guess it's better to have stuff to talk about than not have anything to talk about. But I just find myself busy and I can't ever play anything. I'm gonna sit down and get my keys out of the way for the week, dude. I haven't even done those. Jesus. You guys have a wonderful one. Thanks so much for watching. Like I said, maybe more EU duels tomorrow. And if we do EU duels, we'll do them same time. I will message some NA homies. We'll see if I get any messages. And don't be surprised if we have like randomly duels popping up and they're super early for EU. Alrighty. You guys have a wonderful one. Thanks so much for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed. I'll catch all of you in the next one. Peace.